How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing in live coverage in a doubleheader today. First up, we got the Utah Mammoth going to Detroit to take on the Red Wings, baby. Then later on tonight, around 10:30, 10:20, 10:30, whenever the game goes live, we'll be providing live coverage for the New Jersey Devils going to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. It'll be my first time watching the Knights this year. How's it going, Petsko? How's it going, Aaron? How you doing? Aaron, I sent you a message on Discord, I believe. I sent you a message in DMs. So feel free to go ahead and read that when you get a second. I think you joined the old server we had a while ago. But yeah, we are rocking and rolling here into this game tonight between the Mammoth and the Red Wings. Puck drop will be here in about 7 minutes. 7 minutes to puck drop. All right, Aaron. Yeah, I sent you the link to the new server. I think you joined the one back in October. Way back, the old one we had under the old channel. But yeah, we got the Mammoth at the Red Wings. Taking a look at our starting goalies tonight. For the Mammoth, we have Karel Vejmelka starting in net. For the Red Wings, you got Cam Talbot starting in net for them. Diving into our starting projected lines here tonight. We'll go ahead and go through those briefly. For the Mammoth, your starting first line, your projected first line, I should say, is going to be number 9, Clayton Keller. Number 8, Nick Schmaltz. And number 77, JJ Peterka. And your starting defensive pair is projected to be number 98, Mikhail Sergachev. And number 50, Sean Durzi. How's it going? I'm a Detroit fan. How you doing, man? How you doing? Speaking of Detroit, going through the Red Wings, projected starting five here, your projected first line is number 58. I'm getting these from Daily Faceoff for the record. Is going to be number 58, Emmett Finney. Number 71, Dylan Larkin. And number 23, Lucas Raymond. Going into your starting projected defensive pair should be number 77, Simon Edvinsson. And number 53, Moritz Seider. So, let's go. Let's see. You know, I know you're a Red Wings fan, and if Detroit wins, I'm not going to be distraught. Don't get me wrong. But being a Pens fan, I'd rather see the Mammoth get the win. Keep it out of the conference. Keep the win out of the conference, you know. But either way, I don't really have a horse in this race. How's it going, Andrew? Yes, sir, we did hit 500 yesterday, Andrew, during the Penguins and Oilers game. That was a fun stream. Unfortunately, we only streamed coverage of the first period because I had to go to bowling. But apart from that, we did have a pretty fun time in that first period. But yeah, we are getting ready for this game here tonight. Let me go ahead and take a look at our starting goalie comparison so that we can go ahead and see what we got. Let's see. I get it, Petsko. I get it, man. It's unfortunate, but you know, you're not going to be able to watch every stream every time, man. I appreciate your dedication. I really do, man. But, you know, there's going to be times where you're not going to be able to make every stream, and that's okay. There's times in life where, you know, you're going to have a streak, you know, a long streak that ends. The streaks are meant to end, you know what I mean? What thing would that link be under? I sent it to you over on Discord. So in Discord DMs, if you check your DMs, I sent you the link directly in the messages. So in your DMs, you should see the invitation to the server. So you should be able to join right off of that. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull up ESPN for NHL scores. Taking a look as well, we have the LA Kings at the Florida Panthers starting as well. They are in the first period. We have a couple of other games going on as well today. But let me go ahead and pull up the Utah Mammoth and Detroit. Oh, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to go forward. And I want to pull up the Detroit Red Wings as well. All right, so Utah, they have the 25th best power play, but the 5th best penalty kill in the league. And diving into their starting goalie tonight. I think we need the Wings to keep playing good. Since it seems every time, I think the Wings finally got things put together, they fall apart. Choking, falling apart. We know that all too well this year, man. Oh, man. But yeah, going through the goalies here. Vejmelka. His stats on the year, he is 14-9-2 with a .279 goals against average, 1 shutout, and boasting an .893 save percentage. Winning 3 of his last 5, including a win in overtime to the Penguins, a win over Seattle, and a win at Vancouver. 2 regulation losses against Florida and LA. Diving into Detroit. Their power play is 8th in the league, but their penalty kill is tied for 17th. Not that great, 80% on the penalty kill. Taking a look at their goalie real quick for today, Cam Talbot. Go ahead and pull his stats up. He is 9-5-2 on the season with a .302 goals against average and an .885 save percentage with no shutouts on the year. Going into his last 5 starts, they've all been losses to Edmonton, to Nashville, and New Jersey, all in regulation, and then 2 shootout losses to Columbus and Boston. If I had to take a prediction for this game, I think Detroit's going to get the win here. I think Utah's been on a bit of a heater. Things are going to get, they're going to cool off a little bit. They've been cooling off at times for Utah. They were really good at the start of the year. They're still good, but they're kind of like, you know what I mean? They're coming back to reality. They're snapping back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Oh, man. Let me go ahead and find my thing. There it is. Looking for that from the mic that my dad uses when he comes down here. But yeah, let's see. Alex DeBrincat woke up scoring goal number 20 of the year yesterday against the Islanders. If USA's watching that, yeah, I would think they would be. I would think they would be for Team USA. But yeah, that is currently where we are sitting. Let me go ahead and pull up the NHL website as well. I have like a whole bunch of different websites I keep track of for all this kind of things here. Taking a look at the current lines provided by DraftKings. The Utah Mammoth are plus 100. The Detroit Red Wings are minus 120. So they are slightly favored in this one. And we will see. We will see. Not really looking too much into the playoff situation because it is important. Don't get me wrong. Being in a playoff position by Christmas is important, but we still have over half the season to go. And winning or losing is only adjusting your playoff percentages by maybe 4 to 6% on the high end. So either way, this game relatively inconsequential, but still important. Still important. Every game is important, especially for Utah. I say Utah needs this game more than Detroit, though. I would definitely say Utah needs this more than Detroit. Because Detroit, I think they have a better shot at being able to win the division or be in the top 3 in the division. Whereas Utah, they're not going to have a snowball's chance in hell at winning their division. They got to go through Minnesota, Dallas, and freaking Colorado, all of which are in like 47 or 45 plus points. Meanwhile, Utah's at 35. So a loss for Utah means that they are going to take a loss in the wild card race in that Western Conference, because that's how they're going to make it in, if they make it in at all. So I would say for sure this is a bigger game for Utah than Detroit, but a big game for both teams. Real quick, before we get to face-off here, the LA Kings, Joel Armia getting a goal assisted by Clark and LaFerriere, take a 1-0 lead over the Florida Panthers. At 8 p.m., we also got the Jets at the Blues and the Carolina Hurricanes at the Nashville Predators. And then again, as stated earlier, 10 p.m., well, probably about 10:20, we got the New Jersey Devils going to Vegas to take on the Knights. We will be live for that one. Let's see. Do you have an M&M fan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catch really be considered for Team USA? I would say so. I would say so. So here we go. Face off here for the first period. Ready to go. Going to be won by Detroit. Flipping it into the offensive end. Back in behind Pamelka to the near side. Looking for a little bit of help. Sending it back in behind the net to the near side. Maintained by Detroit. Working with that puck. Sending it around is going to be number 37, Comfer. Over to the top of the zone they go. Flipping it across. And going to be a battle along the near side boards. Maintained shot goes wide. That shot by Van Riemsdyk, I believe. Over to the top of the zone. Puck taken away. Utah having a bit of a rush, but it's 1-on-3. Just kind of burning time. Looking for some help. Back in behind the net. Over to the far side. Puck goes loose and a tie up along the boards. Let's see who's going to come away with it there along the near side. Puck gets shot away. Maintained at the top of the zone by Utah. That's going to be off the stick of Jersey. But still having to walk back out of the zone. Back into the offensive end they go. Utah taking it in. Working around, trying to get a pass and shoot. And a nice block there on that shot by Krause. Taken now by Detroit. Working their way up through the neutral zone towards the offensive end. But Utah going to take it right back. And battling now through the defensive end, through neutral ice. And slowing it down a little bit. Jersey with the puck. Passing back across ice into the offensive end. Utah going to take it. Bit of a tie up there, and they have to retreat a little bit again. So back into the defensive zone they go. Utah maintaining the puck, just not able to punch the zone as of right now. And now passing up through center ice they go. Passing up into the offensive end. Here comes your chance. Maintaining on the far wing. Shot not going to go. Goes around the near side. To be maintained at the top of the zone there by, I believe, Crows. Then over to the outside. It's either 57 or 67. So it's one of those two. But here we go. Back to the top of the zone. Shot not going to go. Battling back and around to the outside after bouncing off of Talbot. Battling for a tie up there. Going to be taken away by Detroit. And they're going to have possession in the defensive end. Sending it around the net to the near side for Sandin Palika. Leaving it back there. Back in down low behind the net. Taking it there is going to be Ben Sherratt. Working his way around. Passing it back again. Right there is going to be Sandin Palika. Moving up. And flipping into the offensive zone. Sorry, it was Pelika, not Palika. But now taken back by Utah. Into the offensive end they go. Passing in front of the net. But a 2-on-3. And a shot. Not going to go. A nice save. The power looked like it was starting to fade a little bit there. The ice got very dark for a second. I don't know if that was an artifact on TV or if that was the lighting. That was kind of odd. But yeah, Boot able to send it in towards the net, and Talbot able to freeze it. Years ago, the Red Wings missed the playoffs by 1 point. So that reminded me, small wins are important, especially since looking at the Atlantic Division standings. There's only 9 points. Exactly. The entire Eastern Conference is super tight. Now the Red Wings taking that puck behind the net over to the near side. Working with it, flipping it out into the zone, taken back by the Mammoth. At center ice, leaving it back. Back into the defensive end. Pass going to be off a stick and intercepted by Detroit into the offensive end and taken right back by Utah. With speed to the offensive end, going to go Yamamoto. Looking for help. Passing around to the near side off the boards. Back in behind the net, Druzy looking for some help. Passing in front, deflected away by Talbot. Back in behind to the near corner, down low. Loose puck, trying to battle for it. And going to be taken out by the Red Wings. Into the offensive end they go. Passing wing to wing. Here comes your chance. But Detroit going to have to go for it down low and a bit of a tie-up. Back in behind the net. Loose puck to the far corner. Going to be flipped out by Utah. Maintained by Detroit. Working back into the defensive end they go. The Red Wings trying to recoup a little bit. Passing over to the near side towards the offensive end. Loose puck going to be taken by Utah. Flipping it up through the neutral zone quickly to the offensive end. Off a stick. And actually, it didn't go off a stick. That's going to be an icing. All right. So 16:30 to go here. This season, when getting 3+ goals, the Mammoth are 15-6-0. But with less than 3 goals, they are 1-10-3. So getting goals on the board is the important thing for the Mammoth. And they're leading with 4 shots on net to none for Detroit thus far. So we'll see if they can manage to get some pressure here. They'll have a defensive zone draw, though. Going to be taken by JT Compher for the Red Wings and going to be won by Compher. Taking it back in behind the net to the near side of Rasmussen. Loose puck taken and flipped out by Utah. Having some speed into the offensive end over to the near side boards. Chasing it back and around is going to be DeSimone. Over to the near side. Flipping it across wing to wing. Taken by Sandin Palika. Into the offensive end. And Utah going to take it right back. Struggling with some space, losing that puck is going to be Dylan Gunther, and taken back by Detroit at center ice. Flipping into the offensive end, back in behind Pamelka's net. Over to the area behind the net, down low into the corner, looking for some room, looking for some help. With that puck is going to be John Marino. Flipping it out to the outside and going to be cleared out of the zone by the Mammoth. And Talbot going to work with that puck behind the net over to the near side. Looking for some help. It was for Edmondson. Losing possession, they end up clearing the zone. And the Mammoth are going to get possession back in down low behind the net to the near side. That puck goes. Maintained by Detroit. Taken away into the offensive zone. Pamelka looking to send that puck around the boards. Flipping it wing to wing from Keller over to the near side again. Here we go. Number 8, Nick Schmaltz into the offensive end. Looking for some help. 4-on-5 into the zone. Puck goes loose and clears out of the zone. But maintained there by Carcone. Flipping it out now through the neutral zone. Flipping it back. Carcone with the puck. Looking for somewhere to go. Looking for some help. Sends it along the near side boards. Finds Schmaltz. Leaving it back. Now going to flip it into the offensive end. The Mammoth will do. as it looks like the Red Wings are going to come away with it and flip it out into the neutral zone. Taken right back, though, by Ian Cole. Back in the defensive end, Utah working with that puck along the near side towards the offensive end, battling for possession along the boards now. But the Red Wings will clear the zone with some speed. Here we go to the offensive end with that puck. Going to be DeBrincat. Over to the outside. Shot towards the net. Not going to go. Loose puck again out to the outside. Trying to get it in front. Taken by the Mammoth. Up through center ice. They're going to go. Now the Mammoth flipping it into the offensive end. We got LKP LLC saying Utah. Yes, sir. I would like to see the Utah Mammoth win this one. Working back in behind the net is going to be, I believe, that's going to be Raymond, maybe? Number 25 or 23, one of the two. Going to clear it out now to the outside, to the far side boards. Looking up and dumping it into the offensive zone. Back in behind the net. Going to go, I believe that's Casper. That is going to be Marco Casper. Back over to the outside. The Mammoth with possession. Flipping it up through neutral ice. Trying to get to the offensive end. Loose puck going to be right there for Talbot to deflect to the outside. Back over to the near. Finds Sherratt. Going to take it out of the zone here. That's going to be Casper with the puck. To the offensive end he goes. Looking for some help. Now the Red Wings working along the far side boards. Up to the top of the zone. Sending it down low again behind the net. Over to the near side. The carrier going to go to the top of the zone. Sending it towards the net. Not going to go. Over to the outside. Puck being maintained on the far boards by Detroit, though, to the top of the zone, looking for some help, sending it towards the net, not going to go. Loose puck going to be maintained there by Utah, by Nate Schmidt, but Detroit takes it right back in the offensive end, off of Soderblom. Looking for somewhere to go, flips it behind the net, trying to wrap it around, loose puck to the near side, maintained by Sandin Palika. Working now behind the net to the outside, and there goes Nate Schmidt, going to clear the zone finally for the Mammoth. Working over to the near side, the Red Wings taking it into the offensive end. Shot, not going to go. Over to the outside, chasing for possession there. And in front of that, another shot, not going to go. The Red Wings maintaining possession, though, off the stick of Edvinsson. Passing in front of the net, loose puck, and the Mammoth are going to clear that zone successfully for Utah. Back over to the near side, Edvinsson with the Red Wings for the puck. Flipping it into the zone, taken right back by Utah. You got to get out of this defensive stand. And Utah looks like they might. They're going to take it back real quick and try and go for a bit of a line change. As that puck goes loose into the Red Wings defensive end. Over to the near side, taken by Utah. Off the stick there of Crows. Looking for somewhere he can go. Taking it back over to the near side. Finding his man, that's going to be Jersey. And going to be flipped into the offensive end. Over to the near side, battling along the boards. Utah maintaining possession. Shot going to go back in behind the net. Over to the outside, the Red Wings taking it back behind the net over to the near side. Is going to be off of Raymond's stick and going to send it out to the outside. The Red Wings now to the near side boards. Working with that is going to be Raymond to the offensive end looking for help. Loose puck, battling for it, goes far out to the opposite end of the ice and going to be maintained by Utah. Taking it out to the offensive end is Schmaltz. And here comes speed. Jersey, sounds like we might have a fight going on or something. There's something big going on. The fans are in a rile. As that puck goes behind the net. Over to the area to the outside. They wanted a penalty is what I'm suspecting. But they aren't getting it. Here come the Red Wings to the offensive end. But it's a 1-on-4, 1-on-5. Looking for some help. The Mammoth able to clear the zone. Over into the offensive end they go. Looking for some help. That's going to be off the stick there of Schmaltz. Leaving it down low. And the Red Wings take it out through center ice. Into the offensive zone they go to the near side. Looking for help. Shot. Not going to make it to the net. Loose puck. And goes back in behind the net. That first shot there by Casper. Taken by the Mammoth. Into the offensive end they go. Looking for some help. Back in down low behind the net. Going to be sent around there by Edvinsson to the near side boards. Loose puck. Maintained by Utah at the top of the zone. Pass there from the far side across back over to the near. Trying to maintain possession. Detroit clearing the zone. They will. Off of the stick of DeBrincat. And we got a puck out of play. With 10:34 to go left in the first period. Oh, man, we got Coco saying, what's my prediction? As much as I want Utah to win, I think Detroit is narrowly going to edge us out by, like, 1 goal. It might be, like, a 3-2 kind of game. Maybe 4-2 with an empty netter. But don't get me wrong. I want to see Utah get the win. But it just, Detroit's been on, this goalie in particular, Cam Talbot, has been on a bit of a cold streak. And the one thing I always say, streaks are made to be broken. So at some point, he's going to get that win, and it might be tonight. It very well could be tonight. But how you doing, Coco? Oh, man. But yeah, we are rolling. If you guys are enjoying the stream or finding value in the coverage, please do me a favor and like the stream and maybe subscribe to the channel. We try to cover hockey quite a few times throughout the week on top of football, college football as well during bowl season. We're doing a lot of coverage of a lot of sports. But once the spring hits, it's going to be about 95% hockey. That still got candy canes. Nice. Nice. That's always awesome. Who doesn't love a good candy cane? I swear, if you don't love a good candy cane, there's like something. Something might not be properly firing in the brain. Because candy canes are like one of the best holiday treats. Unfortunately, I don't have any candy canes, but I would never turn down a good candy cane. All right. Go ahead and grab another one of these bad boys. These hauls keep me going during these long streams. Long nights of streaming. And here we go. We are back here in Detroit. Still nothing in the first period. Halfway through. 10:34 to go. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look around the NHL right now as well. And see, it looks like the Kings and Panthers going into that first intermission at a 1-1 score. Then we got two games starting up here in about 9 minutes. The Winnipeg Jets at the St. Louis Blues and the Carolina Hurricanes at the Nashville Predators. But here we go. Face off in the neutral zone there on the far boards right in front of the Utah bench. Face off going to be won by the Red Wings. Wing to wing over to the near side to Sherratt. Flipping it into the zone. In front of the net goes the puck taken by Utah. Behind the net to the near side off of Marino. Looking for somewhere to go. Trying to flip it up. And Detroit able to keep it in the zone for now. But Marino able to go wing to wing. Back again towards the offensive end. Here comes your chance. Shot. Going to go wide. And I believe hit the netting. That shot there by number 82. Kevin Stenlund. Getting a little high and a little away from him. Not quite where you wanted to leave that one. All right. Let me go ahead and do this and take a look at how we're doing on the back end. All right. Let's go ahead and see here. Defensive end draw here going to be taken by Dylan Larkin for the Red Wings. Getting the boot for Utah is going to be Nick Schmalz. And the faceoff there going to be won by Utah. Back to the top of the zone to Jersey. Flipping it in, down low, loose puck. Talbot able to poke it away. Trying to maintain possession out to the outside. The puck goes. Maintained by Utah, flipping it into the zone. Over to the outside. Shot, not going to get to the net. Taken by Detroit. Moving back into the defensive end, down low. Sending it along wing to wing into the offensive end for Detroit. Passing to the near side to Larkin. Can't connect. Larkin going down low. Looking for somewhere to go. A battle for that puck's ensuing. Detroit trying to take it away from... Oh, man. From Utah, loose puck maintained by Utah. Somehow they maintain possession of that. Right there off of the stick of either Keller or Schmaltz, one of the two. Into the offensive end, though. Jersey. A chance in front of the net, not going to go. Puck maintained to the top of the zone. Shot, not going to go again. Loose puck still maintained by Utah in the zone. Off the stick of Gunther to the near side. Looking for somewhere to go. Maintaining possession there for Utah. And that puck goes loose from the stick of Keller. Taken by Detroit, but can't connect on a wing-to-wing pass. We got MNF saying, go Mammoth. All right, yes, sir. That's my kind of man. Go Mammoth, man. Let's go. As the Mammoth have it in the offensive end, but can't maintain. Never mind. There's a penalty, delayed penalty on Utah. They're going to the sin bin, and Detroit going to have the game's first power play. Are they going to get another commercial with like 8.5 to go? They only played 2 minutes of hockey. And they're going to commercial. Okay, then. But how's everybody doing tonight? How y'all hanging in there? We are getting ready to rock and roll here with another good hockey game. We got a little doubleheader action tonight, too. We got, after this one, the New Jersey Devils taking on the Vegas Golden Knights at about 10:30, depending on when they drop puck on that one. So we shall see. Let me go ahead and move this over here, because I know if I don't, a little 4-foot is going to try and erase my work. Man, We got green apple and blueberry. Oh, man. Hey, Bagel. Want to say hi? Does Bagel want to say hi to the people? Huh? Yeah. Going down, you going to join us? What? Yeah. Going to join us for a little bit. You don't want to call hockey tonight? Oh, man. You're retired. Why are you on the computer 10 hours a day with your work? Oh, man. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, man. We had 500 subscribers yesterday. Huge shout out to all Ians on that, by the way. I mean, I absolutely love every single one of Ians. But yeah, there's only up to go from here. So if you guys are enjoying it, let me know by doing that. It also tells YouTube, hey, this guy's doing stuff that people like. Let's share it with people. Let's share it with even more people. So here we go. We got 2 minutes for holding. Is Tromboner here? Is Tromboner here? Is his message just not going through on my end? Because I don't see Tromboner in the chat. But either way, here we go. Detroit going on the power play. That is going to be Barrett Hayton. 2 minutes for holding. And here we go. Face off in Detroit's offensive end. Going to be taken there by the Red Wings on the top of the zone. At the top of the zone there is going to be number 53, Sider. Over to the near side, flipping it in. Shot, not going to go. Loose puck to the outside. That shot by DeBrincat. And it's going to get cleared out of the zone. Taking it into the defensive end there for Detroit. Flipping it back. That's going to be off the stick there of Van Riemsdyk. Now off of the stick of Raymond into the offensive end. Looking for DeBrincat again. Over to the top to Larkin. Larkin looking for DeBrincat. Back in down low. Over to the near side to Larkin. Larkin racing to the top of the zone. Looking for some help. Back over to the near side boards. Flipping it over in front. Loose puck taken by Larkin. To the top of the zone again. Over to the near side. Sider. Over to the far side again. Back to Sider. Shot. Not going to go. A nice gut save there by Vamelka in net tonight. Doesn't see it. Oh, no, I'm on live. I'm on live chat. I'm on live chat. So, but yeah, that is where we are rolling here. About 1:15 remain on the power play for Detroit. And here we go. Faceoff going to be won by the Red Wings at the top of the zone. Back over to the near side again, battling over to the top again to the far side. Shot towards the net, going to be deflected off the blocker pad of Vamelka. Back in behind, over to the near side, working with that puck, another tie up again to the far side. Maintained, flipped out by Utah, but kept in the zone by Detroit at the top of the zone. Going down low, back in behind the net, going to be sent out to the outside, Van Riemsdyk. The top of the zone again. Back along the boards, working in front of the net. Shot, not going to go. Easy save there for Vamelka. And going to get cleared by John Marino. That puck going to be taken along the near side boards. There goes Larkin flipping it into the offensive end. 30 seconds remain on that power play. Flipping in front of the net. Shot, loose puck to the outside. And that's going to be DeBrincat with the puck. Looking to leave it down low again. Taking it in over to the near side towards Larkin. Loose puck. Battling for it. Maintained by DeBrincat to the top of the zone. Over to the outside again. Back over to DeBrincat. Losing it off his stick. 15 seconds remain on that power play. Going down low to Larkin. Shot! What a save there by Vamelka. Down low again. 6 seconds on that power play. Probably not going to convert. Over to the outside. 3, 2, down low. Power play expires. But Detroit is still in the offensive zone. And that puck, never mind, going to get cleared out as the Red Wings will flip it in and both teams go for changes. 6:45 to go and rolling here in the first period. The Mammoth taking it down low. Flipping it in to the near side, maintained by Detroit, flipping it along the boards. Detroit having to take it down low after some pressure by Utah. Working along the boards, over through center ice, over to the outside. Now trying to go through center ice and dumping it into the offensive end. Chasing down there for Detroit's going to be Rasmussen. Down low, taken by Utah, over along the far side of the ice. Flipping it towards the offensive end. And we got a puck out of play. All right. But yeah, a nice effort there by Detroit on the power play. But Vamelka making some great saves there with his back against the wall. I mean, those are some incredible saves for some of them. Some of them were, yeah, the puck was right there, shot at the blocker pad, but he had a couple of good ones. having to make a couple of kick saves across the crease. 6:16 left in the first. Center ice face-off after the puck goes out of play. Battling for it, going to be maintained by Utah. Over to the near side, flipped in there by Carcone. Back in behind Talbot to the near side. Finding Edmondson, sending it along the boards, getting it cleared all the way out. And Utah going to maintain possession off of Schmidt. Over to the outside. Over to the near again. Sticking between skates, but no trip. Now the Mammoth with the puck through the near side towards the offensive zone they go. Chasing down into the corner. Battling for that puck. And the Red Wings are going to try. Never mind. Loose puck in front of the net. Maintained by Utah. Shot. Not going to go off the post. Over to the near side. Utah maintaining possession. 5.5 to go. Goes down low to the outside. Bodies collide along the boards. Battling for possession. And the Red Wings are going to not quite clear the zone, but now they will. The Mammoth going for a change. And Detroit going to flip it into the zone and go for a change of their own. Back in behind Vejmelka. A battle for that puck's ensuing. Maintained there and flipped out of the zone by Utah. Up through center ice to the far side. Working into the offensive end. 2-on-4 though. Racing down, looking for some help. Finds someone to the near side. Druzy. Over to the outside. And again to the outside. Puck goes again. Back in behind the net to the near side. That's off of the stick of Finney. Sending it out into the zone. Maintained there by Schmaltz in the neutral zone. Flipping it into the offensive end. Battling out to the outside there is going to be Bernard Docker trying to get that puck in front of the net. Though Utah has it. Shot. Not going to go. And Cam Talbot getting back into the crease. A nice save there to bring it on a 1.5-minute shift. Here as Red Wings with a chance. Shot in front of the net. Not going to go. Deflected out of play by Vejmelka. All right. It looks like they're getting ready to go to yet another commercial here. With us sitting at 4:38 to play in the first period. Still no score in this one. Still not a single goal. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, I know I keep saying it, but I gotta ask it. If you guys are enjoying the stream, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, man. Let's see if we can hit 10 likes on the stream. And can we maybe hit that next minor goal of 510 subs while we're live tonight? That would be pretty cool if we could, man. That would be pretty cool, pretty sick, pretty awesome. Go ahead and move Utah's score in a little bit more. Then I could flip Utah. There we go. A little bit of live adjustment. There we go. That's close enough. That's close enough to perfect for me. But yeah, we are rocking and rolling here. Yes, sir, you did, Petska. Well, actually, on my end, I got the first chat in. But I don't know. I don't know. When you're talking server to server end, there's a little bit of delay. We might have literally hit send at the exact same time, so it's going to show mine before yours on mine and yours before mine on your end. But I did see something on X today that absolutely made me die laughing. During Utah's game against Boston, there was a bit of a scrum. And the person in the booth decided to play Feliz Navidad while these guys are literally throwing fists at each other. It was the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, man. Whoa! Wow. The Bears said the team are expanding their stadium search, including Northwestern Indiana. The Chicago Bears might not even play in Illinois in a few years. Oh, my gosh. But here we go. Offensive zone draw going to be taken there by or defensive end draw taken by the Mammoth along the far side boards. Moving up towards the offensive end. Back in down low behind Talbot. In the far corner. Going back in behind that. Loose puck in front. Shot not going to go. A nice deflection there by Talbot. Taken out by the Red Wings going the other way. Flowing into the offensive end. And Utah going to try and maintain possession behind the net. Bodies collide. Over to the near side boards they go. Back in behind, over to the far, back to the near again. Flipping it out. Going to be maintained by Detroit, though, for the time being. Taken back by Utah. Into the offensive end, looking for some help. Taking it in front of the net, not able to get a pass and shoot off there to Yamamoto. And maintained by the Red Wings. Into the offensive end, under 4 to play in regulation. Back in down low, the Red Wings going for a change. The Mammoth working it out there with DeSimone. Over to the near side, dumping it into the offensive end behind Talbot to the far side. Maintaining possession there. Back in down low. Puck goes loose. Bodies collide. And it looks like a bit of a tie-up is ensuing here right near the blue line. That's a dangerous area for Utah. You got to make sure you stay on side just in case that puck skitters a little too high. Still tie up for it. Going to be maintained by Utah and flipped by Detroit as the puck goes loose yet again. Going to get flipped into the offensive end, and the Red Wings are going to take it right back from their defensive side. Looking for some help. Wing-to-wing pass. 3 minutes to play in this first period. 8 shots on goal for the Mammoths, 7 for the Red Wings. Back in behind the net there is going to be number 53. That's going to be Moritz Seider. And here we go. Into the offensive end. Looking for a chance here. Shot on a half breakaway. Puck goes loose to the outside. No goal, deflected by Vejmelka. And going to be maintained by Detroit in the offensive end. Looking for some help. 3 on 5. And a nice save there by Vejmelka to freeze that puck. And a bit of an afterplay, a little bit extracurricular there. 2:41 to go in the first. Taking a look there. A nice chance denied by Vejmelka. Oh, man. For a second, I thought that was going in. So, here we go. Ready to roll. 2:41 to play here in the first period. An offensive zone draw there for the Red Wings. And Utah going to win it there off of the stick of McBain. Battling now to the outside, trying to maintain possession. As they're going to clear the zone, they will. Utah to the offensive end. And taken back by Detroit. Maintained now by Utah, flipping it into the offensive end, racing for possession. Trying to send it out behind Talbot. Over to the near side. Detroit going to take it back away. Going down into the defensive end, flipping along the boards to the far side, right between the benches. And a battle for that puck is ensuing. 2 minutes to play here, 2:10 to play here in the first period. Puck gets flipped over to Vejmelka, going to send it out along the far side boards. Back across to the near side. As the Mammoth are going to flip it out of the zone. Loose puck going down towards Talbot. He's going to send it along the near side. Maintained there and flipped out of the zone by Sherratt. And it looks like the Mammoth are going to have possession in the defensive end. Passing back again down low for Jersey. Over to the outside, and the Red Wings take it back. Into the offensive end they go. 3 on 5 into the zone. A chance. Passing. Cannot get a passing shot. Puck goes loose, and Utah able to clear that zone with 1:34 to play. Into the offensive end they go. Battling now down low. Under 90 to play in the first period. A big moment here in the game. That's going to be, I believe, Larkin. No, it's actually going to be, Edmondson behind his own net. Going for a line change. And moving it up now through center ice. Into the neutral zone they go. And moving towards the offensive end. Looking for some help. Shot! Gonna go wide out to the outside. Clearing the zone. A minute to go in the period. Over to the near side to Edmondson. Edmondson going down low again. Back into the defensive end. Looking for help. Back to Edmondson. And here we go with 58 to play. Over into the offensive end, clearing it all the way out. Maintained Ian Colgan. It's ended along the near side boards. Off the stick there of DeSimone. Sending it out to the offensive end. Here come the Mammoth with a chance. Passing is going to be deflected from Yamamoto. And the Red Wings are going to take it right back out the other way with 40 to go. Losing possession maintained by the Mammoth of the defensive end. Looking for somewhere to go now along the near side boards. Clearing it out all the way. And it's going to be Utah icing. All right. With 31.4 to play. Go ahead and take a look at this real quick. All right. But yeah. Let me see here. 31.4 to go. And here we go. Face off in the Red Wings offensive zone. Taking it for Detroit is going to be Andrew Kopp. And he is going to win the draw over to the near side. Maintaining possession is DeBrincat, looking for somewhere to go. And maintained at the top of the zone there for the Red Wings as the battle ensues down low in the near corner. Looking for somewhere to go. How's it going, John? How you doing, man? Battling along the near side boards. Maintained at the top of the zone, Sherratt. Going to send it in. to the outside. 10 seconds to play in the period down low. Utah content with just ending the period, trying to burn time. Over to the near side. Flip to the top of the zone. Shot. Not going to go. Bounces off a body on the way to the goal from Sherrod. Going in front of the net, and the first period is going to expire just like that. Your current score is the Utah Mammoth, nothing. The Detroit Red Wings, nothing. Detroit with 11 shots on goal. Utah with 8, and we have a bit of extracurricular there between a couple of players. I believe it's DeBrincat in there against Hayton. Getting into it a little bit after the period, right along the boards. Refs having to break it up. But hey, a nice 20 minutes, a solid 20 minutes of hockey played, if I do say so myself. Let me go ahead and update this to E1. And we will take a quick look at our stat sheet going into the first period, or first intermission. Currently, we have no score updates from any of the other games. The Kings and Panthers about a minute and a half into the second. Everyone else just starting the first period. Let's go ahead and take a look at our game center for this one. So, taking a look. Again, shots on goal, 11-8, favoring the Red Wings. Face-off percentages have been about as 50-50 as you can get. 6 of 11 for Detroit, 5 of 11 for the Mammoth. Detroit is over one on the power play, with Utah serving the only 2 penalty minutes on a 2-minute minor by Barrett Hayton for holding at 11:06 into the period. Utah playing a slight bit more physical, 7 hits to 3, with 4 block shots apiece. 3 giveaways by the Mammoth, 3 for the Red Wings, and 1 takeaway for Utah, 3 for Detroit. This is the first of 2 games these two teams will play. They'll meet each other again on February 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern in Utah. You have Larkin and Sergachev in this game. We'll keep an eye on them for you. Let's go ahead and provide our latest stat lines. So taking a look at the Mammoths, 8 shots on goal. They are going to be distributed as follows for you fantasy and sports betting folks. Number 8, Nick Schmaltz has 1 shot on goal. 1 shot on goal for number 9, Clayton Keller. 1 shot on goal for number 11, Dylan Gunther. 1 shot on goal for number 19, Daniil Boot. 1 shot on goal for number 38, Liam O'Brien. 1 shot on goal for number 28, Ian Cole. And 2 shots on goal for number 50, Sean Dursey. Looking at your Red Wings, 11 shots on goal for them. 3 shots on goal for number 18, Andrew Kopp. 1 shot on goal for number 21, James Van Riemsdyk. 1 shot on goal for number 27, Michael Rasmussen. 1 shot on goal for number 58, Emmett Finney. 1 shot on goal for number 71, Dylan Larkin. 1 shot on goal for number 92, Marco Casper. 1 shot on goal for number 8, Ben Sherratt. 1 shot on goal for number 44, Axel Sandin Palika. And 1 shot on goal for number 53, Moritz Seider. Those are your first period stats for the game thus far. And they did credit Utah with 1 more hit, so 8 hits for them in this one. Apparently the stats people saw something a little bit more. And John saying we do have a goal. We do. Anton Lundell assisted by Aaron Ekblad and Samoskevich on a power play goal. That was Lundell's 11th goal of the season to tie the Kings and Panthers games at 1 apiece. John Rawls pulling for your Blues tonight over them Winnipeg Jets as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on that game. Let's see, we got Jay saying let's go Red Wings. I can respect it. I can respect the let's go Red Wings. I mean, I don't have a horse in this race. I'd rather see Detroit take the L because keep the wins out of the tight Eastern Conference, being a Pens fan. Sure you guys can relate. You know, I'm sure even when the Pens are playing, even though you don't have a horse in the race, you'd rather see the Pens, take the L, keep it out of the conference. Make it easier for you if you can't get in the top 3 in your division to make a wild card spot. But yeah, that is how we are sitting here at the end of 1. Eyeing up the other games as well. That Kings-Panthers game is just about dead even. Dead even on shots. 12-10 favoring the Panthers. I mean, that's about as dead even as you're going to get 16:03 into the second period. And a little preview for our goalie matchup later tonight. as we have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. We will have coverage of that games as well. Red Wings were Western Conference. I do remember that. On my NHL Slapshot for the Wii, the Red Wings are Western Conference. That game was like back in 2009. But if I'm not mistaken, the Red Wings are Western Conference in that. But yeah, so taking a look at our goalie matchup later tonight for the Devils and the Knights. Carter Hart has been confirmed in net since 4 p.m. Eastern. But the Devils are doing the one thing I hate when teams do, and waiting till the last minute to confirm a goalie. Still unconfirmed. Jacob Markstrom is the presumptive goalie. He's your goalie number 1. But either way, not getting too much in the way of that. All right. But yeah, so how you guys feeling after this one? I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game. I'm curious to see what you didn't think about this one. We got the chat over there. I am keeping an eye on that as well. And if you guys are enjoying the stream or enjoying the coverage, just having a good time, anything, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing, man. Let's see if we can hit 510 subs. We gained 1 this stream. Huge shout out to whoever you were. You are one awesome dude. But, yeah. We'll see. You guys have blown me away. I didn't think 500 would be remotely possible this year when we entered December, not even at 400 subscribers. But, you guys have built this up. So, I want to see how far you guys can take this. Let's see. We got LKP LLC saying, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Currently, the Red Wings are tied at 0-0. I'm so excited, though, for when we get our first goal in this game, because my favorite thing to show off to people when they first pop on the stream is my hands are up here. My foot aren't on any levers. I have no levers on the floor. And literally, the goals will update automatically. It all automatically updates. I have a couple of Python programs I run in the background of all my streams so that we can have a good time, and I don't got to worry about updating everything. I just got to update the periods, the power plays, and the empty nets. So anything like that I got to do, but everything else is pretty sick and manageable. But in the meantime, while we have a little bit of downtime, let's go to our correspondent, Dougbot. Go to our correspondent, Dougbot, and see what he has to say on this game. How's it going, Mr. Dougbot? How you doing tonight, man? We got some live coverage of the Utah Mammoth taking on the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. Right now, the Red Wings are in the midst of a good season, so we'll see if they can maintain that. But the Mammoth are trying to sneak in as a wild card team come April. So what are your thoughts on this game? Who do you think wins by a final score? And give us your best food comparisons for these two teams. Also, at the end of the first, it is 0-0. I couldn't remember what I was going to say, but that was what I was going to say. Got John saying hi, Dougbot. But yeah, we will see. We will see what he has to say. I am very concerned because he can go very, very weird places. Thank you, Bond. Thank you. Always appreciate it. Let's see what he has to say about this game.
Jason, my guy, let me tell you, the Utah Mammoth and the Detroit Red Wings are battling it out hard like a good old-fashioned political debate. It's fantastic, really tremendous. As you mentioned, the Red Wings are having a good season, and they are looking sharp right now, but don't count out those Utah Mammoths just yet. They're hungry for that wild card spot, like people craving a juicy bratwurst at a football game. Trust me, as for my prediction, I think the Red Wings might edge this one out. Say 3-2. The Red Wings might take it home with all their experience, but you can't underestimate the hunger of the underdog. The Mammoth are like a plate of nachos, a bit messy, but very satisfying, while the Red Wings are like an elegantly cooked prime rib, classy, seasoned, and hard to beat. It's going to be a nail-biter, that's for sure.
The Red Wings, you're close. You're close, John. The Red Wings are a prime rib. And the frickin' Mammoth are a plate of nachos. Oh, man. I'm sorry, LKP. Oh, my gosh. We love how this man can go. We love how this bot can go, man. He called the Milwaukee Brewers of the MLB. Completely, mind you, this is completely unprompted. I just have it to, occasionally drop some fun nicknames for teams. And it dropped the name Bratwurst Bangers from Milwaukee. Don't know where that came from, but okay then. Oh, man, the Bruins. You know what? Let's ask about the Bruins while we're at it. Let's see. While we're in the idea of food comparisons, what would you compare the Boston Bruins to as a food? Let's see what he has to say about the Bruins. That is why his favorite food is bratwurst. That is why, John. There was no bratwurst logic before that incident.
Jason, the Boston Bruins. Let me tell you, they're like a hearty New England clam chowder. Thick, rich, and packed with substance, just like those Bruins on the ice. They've got that creamy toughness, that flavor that's hard to resist, so powerful, you know? It's like you've just got to grab a spoon and dive right in, much like they dive right into those playoff battles. When it comes to grit and determination, the Bruins have it all, just like a true Boston chowder. I dare anyone from the radical left to say otherwise because they'd be wrong, completely wrong.
Wow! He is passionate about that. Absolutely passionate about that one. You could tell he was like shouting at the end of that one, man. He was like, I dare anyone to tell me wrong. Nobody can tell me I'm wrong on that. Oh my gosh. We love our bot. Clam chowder is awesome with a dab of hot sauce. I've actually never had clam chowder. I'm not really much of a seafood guy. But I never really thought to try clam chowder. But the first thing I thought was that clip from Family Guy when Lois says, who wants chowder? And everybody just vomits. So I think it was because they took like that weird pill or whatever it was. I don't remember. I don't know the context of it. I just remember seeing that going around the internet when I was younger. Oh, man. Ask Chuck about we'll see what he thinks about NASCAR. Because I did make a bet with the and I will make good on it. We just got to wait until NASCAR's in season. Oh, man. Wintertime is the best for it. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's all I could think of was that Family Guy clip. Who wants chowder? Oh, that was a great clip. They're all like, you know, they were saying, it was like whoever, they were fighting over like the last piece of like pie or something like that. And they took these like, this vomit medicine. And they said like, whoever's the last to vomit gets the pie. Oh, man. I'd have to go see a NASCAR or F1. That's the thing. I'm not really a racing guy. But I do have a Napa Auto Parts hat that I will wear for that stream. Okay, to it. I'll wear the Napa hat for that. I'll get in. Oh, man. But yeah, we'll see what his opinions are on NASCAR. Because I did make a promise, and I will make good on it. I will make good on that when NASCAR comes back in season. Let me see. Let me go back over to Dougbot, though. All right, now we had a chatter in the YouTube chat. His name is John. He asked what your thoughts are on NASCAR. Can you elaborate? Well, we have a little bit of time here before the next period. We're having a little bit of fun. Let's see what he thinks about NASCAR. Oh, man. Let's see. I think he has a response. We're just waiting on the audio now. Be involved in all sports.
From the YouTube chat, let me tell you, NASCAR, it's something special, really tremendous, so much horsepower, so much energy. It's an American classic, just like a good old 4th of July barbecue. NASCAR is all about speed, skill, and those daring overtakes, kind of like how Joe Biden can occasionally find his way to the podium without tripping. You know, these drivers, they're incredible, just fantastic. And their ability to control these machines at such high speeds is truly something to behold. And let's not forget the sound of those engines roaring, music to a true American patriot's ears. But you know, I gotta say, NASCAR fans love it. It's like watching a thrilling race while munching on a big bratwurst. America's favorite pastimes all rolled into one amazing event. MAGA loves a good race, believe me.
Of course he mentions bratwurst. Oh, man, I want to be involved in all sports. Bonneville Speed Week, I'm going to show up next year. All right, awesome, man, awesome. But yeah, we will be going live for a NASCAR race. We'll also go live for some golf as well, because John did mention about some golf, and I can cover you guys for it. I feel more confident covering golf than I do NASCAR, because like I golf a lot over the summer. I go out a few times a week to golf. So let's see. Let us see. So, taking a look here. We have a little bit of time here on X because we have a little bit of time. NASCAR is the peak personal evolution of transportation engineering, chemistry, physics, and skill. I do respect all sports, and I remember Dale Jr. You know, that is the thing. I never thought about it like that. But yeah, NASCAR, there is a lot to respect. It's just not something... Like, I can respect everything that goes into it. I'm not going to diss on NASCAR. It's not for me. It's not for me, man. Like, I'll do the stream because we wanted to do it. But, like, it's just not for me. You know, for me, like, when I'm watching sports, I want to watch player interaction. I want to watch physicality. I want to watch aggression, quickness. Well, NASCAR has the quickness. You know what I mean? Oh, golf would be a bit easier. I mean, NASCAR, it's like, here they go around the right corner, back into the back, straightaway, back again on the back corner, over to the near side they go. Over to the left, gonna go around that corner and over to the near side. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, I can respect everything, but, like, it's just not, it's not for me, you know? So, absolutely. I mean, we're doing it as, like, a little meme thing because Tromboner wanted to have it. He kind of twisted my arm into saying, hey, if we get 500, do we get a NASCAR stream if we hit 500 this year? I'm like, you know what? We're not going to do it. Fine. I'll do it. I'll do it in the slim chance we hit 500 by the end of the year. Well, meeting my words on that one now, aren't I? Oh, man. Most people yeah, exactly. Most people just drink and chill and have time. You ready for the Olympics? We might do a little bit of Olympics coverage. If there's enough demand, I would love to watch curling. Like, curling is one of my favorite Olympic sports. Because curling, you don't get to watch curling that often, you know? But it is such a big mind game. Like, it is a mind screwery. You know what I mean? You're trying to outthink your opponent, out-strategize, outplay them. I love that element of curling. Man. Oh, I watch some of the big races. Oh, man. The warning should play at a sports event, man. Oh, man. But yeah, like, I love curling, man. And you can only watch it around the Olympics. You know? I hope I get some support when I try out for snowboard cross, archery, and hopefully flag football. That'd be awesome. That's awesome, man. It's curling will be an interesting stream. I'm debating about it, man. I am really debating about doing a curling stream because that would be awesome, man. I love it. I love watching it. I tried curling once. Oh, curling is awesome, man. The only thing is, and I got a YouTube short on this. In fact, let me go ahead and pull it up because I made a YouTube short of my first ever attempt at curling. It was a disaster. Take it from me. It was a literal disaster. Let me pull up the channel. It is so much fun. It is so much fun to play curling, man. But let me go ahead and pull up my YouTube short. And it is right down here. Okay. Let me go ahead and where is my window capture properties? Change it over to curling isn't easy. Put that on. Shrink out both ends. And just so we can show you guys what this is. Oh, that is like not right. That is going to go like this. Oh, man. What are the team sports called? I can't remember what the team spots are called. I know like the guy up at the top is the skipper. Oh my gosh, but I can't remember the other two. I can't remember I don't remember what the broomers are technically called, but this was my first time ever going curling. You guys can see it right here. This is me.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
It's hard because you see this little like right behind this. Oh yes, sweeper. Yes. Yeah, you see this like little black thing here? That is a slide pad. You use the slide pad to be able to slide on the ice. But you gotta be careful with it. Like, if you get that thing a little bit out to your left or right, it's not gonna be fun for you. Oh, man. But yeah, here we go. Getting ready for the second period of action here. So let's go ahead and get back into hockey mode, which we weren't too far when we were talking curling. Ready to roll back into the defensive end for the Mammoth. Back in behind the net they go. Looking around to the far side along the boards. And moving it into the offensive end, they go with a chance shot. Nice glove save there by Talbot. A nice job. Oh, man. I would say that it's harder to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's a lot less dangerous than ice skating. But it's a lot harder, I would say, to get used to. Ice skating, you have the skates that kind of stuck you in. So you kind of have like a little bit of extra lateral support because when you're on the ice. So I would say it's a little bit harder to get the feel for, but absolutely. Thanks for streaming updates of the match. Absolutely, absolutely, man. We do this for a lot of NHL games, man. We do a lot of NHL coverage throughout the year. Back in, down low, going to send it out to the far side, and that puck going to get cleared all the way out, and it's going to be Detroit icing. So another face-off, 2 face-offs already, 19:34 left in the second, so not even 30 seconds into the period. Go ahead and take a look over here, see if we have any other goal updates. We do! The Florida Panthers, Carter Verhaeghe, assisted by Petrie and Brad Marchand. Take a 2-1 lead over the Kings, 7:05 left in the second. As this face-off going to get cleared all the way out. And, okay, no icing on that one. Back in behind the net they go. That's going to be Sergachev. First time calling his name tonight, John. Oh, man, how's it going, Booty Hunter? Battling into the offensive end of the near side they go. I understand we should have an amateur Olympics for fun, hitting skates. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. More people should get involved. Absolutely. A chance in front. Shot. Loose puck. Maintained and taken out by the Red Wings. What a chance there that Utah just had. A shot there going to go easily saved by Vamelka. As Verhaeghe, fantasy points. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, curling is fun. Ice skating is awesome, man. Once you get used to ice skating, it is so much fun. Like, you know that song? I can't remember the name of the song. I think it was like Freaks is the name of the song or whatever it is. But that song that became like that meme with the trombone, like the old guy with the trombone and the kid with the oven door, that dun 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 dun. Yeah, when I have those on my earbuds and I'm on the ice, I'm dangerous because I go right, left. So I'm like generating speed like crazy. But here we go, over to the near side, battling for possession in the Red Wings offensive end. Detroit going to have possession briefly as that puck get cleared up to the top of the zone. Working with it there is Sider, sending it in. Down low, going to go back in behind the net. Now going to get cleared out by Marino to the far side boards. Clearing into the neutral zone, the Red Wings have to regroup. Yeah, I think it's called Freaks or something like that. But here we go to the offensive end. Working with that puck, Edmondson. Going to lose it over to the near side. Maintained now by Utah. Working out is going to be J.J. Peterka. Wing-to-wing pass to the offensive end. 3-on-5. Shot, not going to go loose puck. He scores! That's going to be Clayton Keller on the goal. A beautiful rebound opportunity there. Able to punch it right in the net. Man, that was a great opportunity. A beautiful deflection, able to punch it right in. Can't tell who had the other assist. Oh, Schmaltz had an assist on that. He had the initial shot. The shot of Schmaltz gets deflected off of Talbot and punched right on in there by Keller. Undo Equestrian archery? Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Archery on a horse. That sounds pretty cool. So here we go. Face-off going to be won by the Mammoth. Going all the way back down low into the defensive end. Sending it along the near side is Schmaltz. Battling for possession. Out to the far side it goes. Maintained there by Detroit by Johansson. Back in down low to the near side. Loose puck. Going to be tied up a little bit. Going to get sent down low again. A chance for Detroit. Trying to get blood back. And it goes a nice freeze there by Vamelka. All right. Let's see what we got in terms of actual final. So J.J. Peterka also getting an assist on that alongside Nick Schmaltz on that Clayton Keller goal. Also, Jackson Blake of the Carolina Hurricanes, assisted by Stankoven and Nikishin, getting a goal to take a 1-0 lead over the Predators. 16 shots on goal for Carolina in the first 14 minutes of that one. There we go. Defensive zone draw. Jack McBain going to get sent out of the circle. Taking it for Detroit is going to be JT Compher. Taking it for Utah is going to be Michael Carcone. Face-off going to be won by Detroit. Quick shot. Not going to go. Battling down low. I need to update Nightbot. A shot again. Going to get deflected over to the near side. Let me go ahead and grab Nightbot while I do this. Battling for a tie-up on the near side. Looking for possession. Goes back down low. Jersey with the puck. Gonna send it along the far side, trying to clear that zone. And here they go. Ready to go towards the offensive end. Down low into the far corner, battling for possession. To the top of the zone it goes. Shot gonna get deflected before the net. Maintained by Utah, though. Off the stick there of number 19, going to be Boots. Puck gets cleared out, though, and having to chase down. Utah gonna maintain possession. Over to the near side to Jersey. And moving up now through to the offensive end. Back in behind Cam Talbot. And getting ready to go down low to the near side. Going to get cleared all the way out. And going to go back in behind the net of Vamelka. Over to the far side. Working with that puck. Going to be number 28, Ian Cole. Flipping it out to the outside. When scoring first, Utah is 10-7-0 this season. And they just iced the puck. Let me go ahead and update Nightbot real quick, because Nightbot's out of date, saying on the road to 500. We need to update that to 600. We need to update that to on the road to 600 subscribers so that it's not talking out of date. Daniel Boot from Yaroslav, Russia. So here we go. Battling now. Face-off going to be won in the defensive end by Utah. Ian Cole over to the near side. Finds Crows. Going to send it up along the near side. Trying to find a way to clear it out. Utah sending it farther back. But Detroit going to have a chance. Chasing for it down low to the outside. Talbot sending it along the far side boards. Going to get a big hit delivered there by Krause. Puck goes loose to the near side. Going up to the near side. Big tie up at the corner. Ultimately, the Mammoth coming away wing to wing from Ian Cole. Sending it back out to the far side. Maintaining possession. Back to Cole. Sending it towards the net. Loose puck going to get deflected to the far side. Maintained in the zone and controlled there by DeSimone. Going to get lost, though, and the Red Wings are going to clear that zone. Here comes your chance. Racing down low to Brinket against Cole. Going to be maintained there along the far side boards by Detroit. Over to the near. Taking it in is Sider. Looking for a shot. Not going to have it. Rebound going to be maintained by Utah. Over to the near side. Trying to clear that zone is going to be Crows. Going down low. Over to the near side. Finding his man. That's going to be out to the outside. Here comes a chance. Shot. Not going to go. And that loose puck going to be maintained by Vamelka. That shot there by Dylan Larkin on the attempted assist was going to be Lucas Raymond. All right. You know, I don't know if Dougbot and Nightbot are friends, but I do remember when Dougbot called Nightbot a saltine cracker. So that being said, I don't think that they would be friends. At least if I were Nightbot, I'd take offense to being called a saltine cracker. Defensive zone draw going to be won by the Mammoth. Over to the near side. Battling for possession there. Nate Schmidt sending it up high. Maintained by Sider. Losing it on the shot attempt. Over to the near side to the offensive end. Racing in for Utah. Doing a pass and shoot in front of the net. Going to lose possession. Taking it all the way down with Stenlin. Could not maintain it. Now Larkin to the offensive end. Passing to the near side. Cannot hit Edmondson cleanly. Back to Larkin behind the net. Over to the far side to the top of the zone. Maintained, shot towards the net, not going to go. Maintained by Utah now. Sending it into the offensive end they go. Looking for somewhere to go with it, and Detroit going to take it away. Off the stick of Finney. To the offensive end, Larkin to the near side. Could not connect on the easy pass. A shot there. Maintained over to the near side. Utah going to take it away off of the rebound. Wing to wing over to the near side. Utah taking it slow. I can't help to do a voice reveal. Oh my gosh. Here we go. 14:45 and rolling to play here in the second period. Moving up and into the offensive end go the Mammoth. That puck going to be dumped in behind the net to the near side. Maintained there. Going to get cleared out of the zone by Detroit and giving chase. Going to have to be taken back is Schmidt. Back in down low. Finds Jersey. Over to the far side and dumping it all the way back around for a Utah icing. All right. We'll see you later, Bond. Have yourself a blessed evening, man. Have yourself a wonderful night. All right. So there we are. All right. So 14:25 to go here in the second. 11 shots on goal for Utah, 18 for Detroit. Current score is 1-0 Utah. Go ahead and take a look at something real quick. And here we go, a defensive zone draw for Utah. Going to be lost. Going to be maintained here at the top of the zone by Detroit. Looking for somewhere to go is Bernard Docker to the far side. Shot. Not going to go. And it goes out of play. I don't know about that, Patrick. I'm not really looking at mods right now, man. I know you're eager. I really know you are, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not quite looking at mods right now, man. Just not quite where my mind is, you know? Not quite where the mind brain is thinking. All right. But yeah, we are rolling. Maybe, man. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. So here we go. A defensive zone draw for Utah. Going to be won by Utah. That was one off of Hayton's stick. Over to the near side. Maintaining for Utah. Sending it up there to Crows. To the offensive end they're going to go. 4-on-5 into the zone. Back again to the top. Over to the far side. Shot. Not going to go. Loose puck to the near side. Maintained at the top of the zone there by, I believe, Sergachev. A chance back over to Sergachev. Sending it towards the net. Not going to go. Loose out to the far side. Through Dursey. A chance over to the near side, battling for possession, and going to get cleared all the way out, and it's going to be no icing. Did not have enough steam to be an icing call. Over to the near side, working towards the offensive end they go, sending it back in behind the net. Edvinson going to have it for Detroit in the defensive end. Over to Larkin, battling for possession now, right behind the net. A chance for Utah, but could not get a pass and shoot, and we got a stoppage. We got a penalty coming up. Oh my God, we got a penalty on that. Edvinson going to the sin bin. Wow. Is that going to be slashing or is it going to be tripping? It's going to be one of the two. I'd imagine slashing. But either way, it's a 2-minute minor. But just like that, Utah going on the power play with a chance to make a lead even bigger. So we'll see. Let's take a look around the NHL while we have some time. Does not look like we have any other score updates, but let's go ahead and get a look at the games around the league right now. Looking at that Florida Panthers game using Money Puck Online, a beautiful resource I have found. The Florida Panthers have a 74.87 chance of beating the LA Kings with 2:19 going in the second period with a 2-1 lead. The Mammoth clinging on to a 70.41% chance to lead after that, or to win after that first goal with 14:04 left. The Jets and Blues are about as 50-50 of a game as you're going to expect, given that it's 0-0 with 4:14 at the end of the, or 4:14 to go in the first. And the Hurricanes with a 67.56% chance to beat the Predators with a 1-0 lead with 3:34 to go in the first period. Let me see if we have any updates from Daily Faceoff about Markstrom's status, if it's going to be, and we don't have any confirmed goalie on that one. Okay, then. We'll be waiting on that one whenever we eventually get it. Still no goal updates as of yet. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, enjoying the coverage, or having a good time, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing, man. Let's see if we can hit 510 subs and 10 likes on the stream tonight. That would be pretty sick if we could, man. That's 3 subs, 2 likes. We got 22 people up in here. Let's see if we can make it happen. So here we go. A chance for the Mammoth to extend this lead to 2. But their power play is 25th in the league. But the Red Wings penalty kill is 17. So a fairly evenly matched set here. All right. So face-off now in the offensive end. And let's see, do you think Seth Jones will score in the Carolina game tonight? Or Seth Jarvis? I would say, let me take a look here real quick. So a chance for a short-handed goal, a real quick shot. Gonna go high for the Red Wings, trying to take possession back, but here come the Mammoth, maintained, flipped out by Detroit. Well, I have a little bit of time here. Let me go ahead and update this and take a look. Okay. So, a chance here. Sergachev going to pass it back into the offensive end. Go the Mammoth. To the near side, leaving it to the top of the zone. Sergachev, wing to wing. A minute 20 remain on the power play. Sending it out to the outside to the top of the zone again. Sergachev. Somewhere to go. Wing to the outside. Down low he goes. Sending it shot. Not going to go. Goes back in behind the net to the far side. Trying to get possession here. I will get back to your Nicholas here at the next face-off. Actually, right now as that puck gets cleared out. I mean, I would say it's definitely possible for Jarvis tonight. Again, you are talking Nashville. Not that Nashville is a cakewalk, but you are talking Nashville. They're shooting 19 shots on goal with 45 left in the first period. Here we go. The Mammoth at the top of the zone. Looking for somewhere to go over to the near side. That's going to go back on over to Keller. Keller so going wing to wing. Loose puck. Over on the far side boards. And the Red Wings are going to clear it all the way out. Back in behind Vamelka. Over to the near side. Working with possession there. Jersey, Hayton, Krause, Carcone, and Boot on the ice for the Mammoth right now. Over to the far side. Maintaining possession. Going to be cleared out potentially by, that's going to be Sherratt. In a bit of a tie-up now with the Mammoth. Maintained by Utah. Top of the zone. 7 seconds left on the power play. Loose puck in front of the net. And it looks like a bit of a time now over to the near side. The power play going to expire. But it's still having a chance in the offensive end. Even strength now on both sides. Maintained and flipped out of the zone there by Detroit with a chance. Shot! Not going to go. A nice block by Jersey there to send that puck skittering away. Over to the near side. Working with that puck. Sending it back as Carcone to Jersey. Into the offensive end they go. Looking for some help. Not going to get a clean shot off there. Was off the stick of Daniil Boot. And we have a face-off after the freeze by Cam Talbot. Just over 13 minutes to go here in this first period of play, with the Mammoth holding a 1-0 lead. Go ahead and take a look at this and take a look at this. Okay. So here we go. 11:04 to go here in the second. Defensive zone draw going to be taken and lost by Detroit over to the near side. Flipping it towards the net. Goes down low over to the far side. Back to the near. Off the stick there of Liam O'Brien. In front of the net to the outside. Puck goes loose. Maintained by Utah on the far side boards. Sending it down low. Back in front. Shot. Not going to go. A nice save by Talbot. Not to the emoji scoreboard yet. 0-0. Yes, sir. At the end of one. Nothing in that one. All right. Go ahead and take a look real quick around the rest of the NHL real quick as we have a face-off in doing. So, no other updates from around the league. The Jets, with 45 seconds left on their power play at the end of the first. So, here we go. Face-off going to be won by Utah on the offensive end. Sending it to the far side. Working around down low in front of the net to the near side. And we have another whistle. And the Mammoth going to the sin bin. It looks like that's going to be J.J. Peterka or Sergachev. Never mind. Clayton Keller gets 2 minutes for interference. So the Red Wings with another chance on the power play tonight. This is their second. They are 0 for 1 tonight. Going into this power play. 10:41 to go here in the second. Okay. So here we go. 2-minute power play. 2-minute minor. Ready to roll. Offensive zone draw here for the Red Wings. They got Larkin, DeBrincat, Sider, Van Riemsdyk, and Raymond on the ice. Over to the far side. A tie-up is ensuing. Let's see. We got Jackson saying, I need Raymond to get one shot on goal. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can get him one. But Utah, flirting with that puck at center ice. Passing out to the outside. And going to send it in. Raymond is on the ice right now, so keep an eye on him. He could get your shot on goal right now. There goes Sider with the puck, leaving it down low. And over to the offensive zone now, going to go off the stick of Van Riemsdyk, looking to the near side. And not able to get a shot off there. It was actually off of Raymond's stick. Just could not get a shot. Over to the near side, Raymond sending it high. Sider going to send it out to the far side, and it gets cleared all the way out. Okay, so over to the near side. Sider with possession. Taking it up through the defensive end, leaving it back. Here comes the Red Wings to the offensive end. Over to the near side. Looking for some help there. Van Riemsdyk trying to get that puck away. Sends it to the top of the zone for Sider. Wing to the outside. Goes back and over to the near side. Puck gets cleared all the way out. 53 to go here in the power play. Working now with that puck is going to be number 29, Danielson. Going to send it wing to wing towards the offensive end they go. And a battle for that puck along the far side boards. We got a whistle for an offside, though. All right. So, here we roll. Yep, that was your offside right there. 41 seconds remain on the power play here. And let's see, ready to roll. 9.5 to play in the second period. No shots on the power play here for Detroit. Got to get a shot off here if you're Detroit. Into the offensive end. Puck going to be maintained with a chance. Bunch of bodies go to the ice and going to be cleared out by the Mammoth. For the time being, maybe not. Taken back by Detroit. But now the Mammoth get their clear they were looking for. Going back behind the net to the near side. That's going to be number 44, Sandim Palika. Working with that puck now is going to be off of Danielson. Stick to the offensive end they go. Going to the top of the zone. Sandim Palika wing to wing. A shot not going to go. Over to the near side. Barry is saying, I'm surprised Detroit hasn't scored yet. I kind of am too. They've had chances. But here we go. Vamelkic has been great in net, but here's a chance. A shot in front of the net. Not going to go. Over to the top of the zone. Maintained. Over to the far side. Shot again. Gets deflected going wide. Over to the outside. Power play expires for Detroit. Over 2 on the night now. Over to the near side. Battling for possession. Going to be taken there by Detroit. Wing to wing pass to the outside. And going to be taken into the offensive end they go. Chasing down by Keller, but going to be maintained by Detroit. Flipping it towards the offensive end. Utah going to intercept that in the neutral zone. Peterka passing in. Shaw not going to make it to the net. Peterka looking for somewhere to go. Battle on the near side boards in the Red Wings defensive zone. And Sider's down. Sider's slow to get up, able to get over after a collision with Hayton. Hopefully he's going to be all right. But Hayton going to the sin bin again. The third power play here. Yep, that's 2 for cross-checking. They're saying high sticking, but that's a cross-check. There's a cross-check to the neck. It could be high sticking too. It could be both, honestly. But, yeah, Detroit getting ready to go on their third power play of the night. Maybe now they convert on it. We'll see. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, enjoying the play-by-play, enjoying the coverage, let me know by leaving a like and sub, man. Utah penalty kill is great if Detroit don't score. Oh, I know. Like, Vamelka's been great. He's had some incredible saves himself tonight. So, Vamelka's had a very strong effort in net. And really, the defense of the Mammoth has been pretty on point. A nice set of blocked shots. They've been playing a very physical game, too, today. At the end of the first, they had 8 hits. As of right now, they are sitting with 10 hits to 6 for Detroit. The only problem that Utah's running into is the same problem the Penguins had yesterday. They have the discipline of a literal toddler. They can't stay out of the sin bin. They think, the sin bin, I get my own private lounge to watch the hockey game from. Not realizing that, oh yeah, while you're in that little private lounge, your team is shorthanded. So if you're going to not be disciplined, your team is going to struggle. It's a bit of a miracle for Utah. They're still up 1-0, considering this is going to be the third power play for Detroit. So we'll see. We'll see. If Utah keeps doing this, though, Detroit is eventually going to get a goal. Just like the Pens game last night. Yeah, 2 minutes in the sin bin. Yes, sir. But yeah, just like the Pens last night. I mean, they go 5-on-5 to 5-on-4 to 5-on-3 to get a third Penguin in the box to have 2.5 minutes of 5-on-3 time. So if you have the literal discipline of a toddler, you are going to give way too many opportunities to your opponent. Simple as that. But we will see here. We are back here in Detroit, ready to see what we got on this Red Wings power play. Their third of the night. So we'll see if they can manage to get a goal off. They have not got a shot on goal in a long time either. Sidebar, why can't people ask questions without speculation? That's a good question. That is a good question. But here we go to the offensive end. The Red Wings with the chance. Top of the zone. Looking for some help. Sider to the near side. And a shot by Sider. Not going to go. Goes off his own teammate. Puck goes loose to the outside. Over to the near side. Working with it's going to be Raymond. Battling for possession. Sending it towards the top of the zone. But still being tied up. And going to go wing to wing to the far side. Detroit with a chance still. Looking for somewhere to go. Passing over to the far side. Back over to the near side. That's going to be off to number 23, Raymond. Again, a pass and shot. Not going to go. Over to the outside. Battling for possession. Maintained at the top of the zone. Sider. Looking for some help. Back over to the far side again. Back down low. Looking for some help. Trying to battle down low. Going behind the zone. Back to the top of the zone. Shot. Not going to go. Loose puck taken by Utah and flipped out. That shot there by Van Riemsdyk just not able to go. Back in behind the net there of Talbot. Here comes Sider. Looking for some help. Leaving it back for his teammate there. That's going to be for Dylan Larkin. Working to the offensive end. You still got Raymond out there. So working now down low. Larkin unable to maintain possession. And Utah is able to clear the zone again. A miscommunication going to screw that opportunity there. 45 seconds remain on the power play. And it's going to be Sandin Pellikka. Back in behind the net. Working with that puck. Going to pass it back over to the near side. Good possession is Danielson. Sends it back in behind Pamelka. Who's going to send it out to the far side. Going to be maintained by Detroit by Sandin Pellikka. Over to the near side. Let's see. Hey, brother, you're forcing me to listen to Gary Danielson for the college playoff. Pete, I'm sorry. If we can go live for that, we will. But I don't want to put a stream on the calendar, then say, oh, yeah, I was 95% on this stream, but, yeah, it was actually a 50-50, and I can't do anything. So, it's really a 50-50. If I'm available on Friday night, I will do it. But if I'm going out with family, family is a bit more important. Honestly, because I'm getting already 11 streams in on the schedule this week. In the latest streaming schedule. But if I can, I will. If I can stream that game, I will, Pete. So here we go to the offensive end. Detroit going to maintain possession. 25 seconds left on the power play. Sending it back to the top of the zone. Looking for some help over to the near side again. Over there to number 43. That's Leonard. Sending it over to the near side again. Leonard going to send it out. And it's going to be cleared. Utah with a chance. 9 seconds on the power play. Krause with a chance. Sends it towards the net. Not going to go. Loose puck back in behind the net. Krause looking for help. Power play going to expire here. And Utah is going to have it cleared out by Detroit. So Utah going all the way back. That's you and your family. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Absolutely. Merry Christmas to you, Pete. Merry Christmas, man. Hopefully we'll see you on another stream before then, though. But here we go. Over to the near side. Like I said, we got the 11 streams of Christmas. A shot not going to go. Loose puck to the near side. Maintained. And Utah gets the goal. Jack McBain. On his 4th goal of the year, makes the lead 2-0 Utah. And the Mammoth are proving to be legit tonight. The Utah Mammoth are bouncing back here and continuing their run. Look at that chance. An assist, they're going to go and get credited to number 53, Michael Carcone. Let's see if we have any other updates on the assist on that goal. Let me take a look here. Carcone and Dursey are going to get assists on that goal. Everyone else at intermissions, the Jets and Blues and the Canes and Preds in their first intermission, Kings and Panthers in their second intermission. Face-off going to be won by the Red Wings. And going to be maintained by Utah, sending it out the other way. 5.5 to play in the period. Going down low, over to the near side. Going to get cleared up along the boards. Yes, sir, LKP. Another Utah goal. But here we go, going down low. Detroit unable to maintain their skates. And that's going to get cleared out by Utah. And going to be played by Talbot. Over to the near side, leaving it there. And going to be taking it as Edmonton back in behind the net. Looking for some room, wing to wing to the near side. Loose puck. Larkin sending it down low to Sider. Back over wing to the far side. And here comes Detroit's chance to take it out of the zone. Flipping into the offensive end, over to the near side. Passing in front of the net, not going to go. Over to the near side, maintained by Utah. Going to try and flip it out of the zone. They will. JJ Peterka going to send it into the offensive end, back into the far corner, and going to be taken away by Johansson for the Red Wings. Going to clear that zone. Loose puck to the near side. A race for it is going to ensue. The Red Wings trying to get possession in the offensive end, but taken away by Utah. And they're going to have a chance now to clear the zone to the near side. Through the neutral zone they go. Into the offensive end, flipping it back in behind the net over to the far side. Trying to get possession is going to be Dylan Gunther. To the top of the zone to the near side. A shot Not going to go. Over to the far side. The Red Wings with possession. Looking for somewhere to go in front of the net. Over towards the near side. Loose puck. Detroit having to clear the zone. They will there. And that puck is going to go all the way back in behind Vejmelka for an icing on Detroit. 4:06 to play in the second. 16 shots on goal for Utah. 22 for the Red Wings with a score. The Utah Mammoth 2. The Detroit Red Wings nothing. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, like I said, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing, man. We are 3 subs away from hitting the big old 510, so it'll be pretty cool if we could hit that tonight. And 2 more likes gets us 10 on the stream. So here we go. 4:06 to go in the second. Pays off in Detroit's defensive end. JT Comfort taking it against, I believe that's going to be against Stenlund. And face-off going to be won by Stenlund and the Mammoth in the offensive end. Over to Sergachev. Passing down low to the top of the zone and going to be taken out by Detroit. Off the stick of Van Riemsdyk. Over to the far side. And Utah going to take it along the near side after getting possession. O'Brien flips it into the zone. Going down low. That's going to be Bernard Docker, wing to wing behind the net. Looking for some help. Clearing out of the zone. Utah able to down it, but still maintained by Detroit. Going down low to the far side. Sergachev going down to his knees there. And the Mammoth are going to maintain possession of themselves. 3.5 to play here into the offensive end they go. Looking for somewhere to go. Sends it down behind the net over to the far side. Going to be maintained there by number 93 to Brinkett. Over to the near side to Sandin Pelika. Or Pelika. Sorry, not Pelika. Pelika. Over to the offensive end. And the Mammoth take it away, flipping it out of the zone. Let me see. Mammoth. And we got an offside on Utah. Let me go ahead and change that real quick. So I don't keep messing that up. Okay, it should be like Pelican. There we go. I just want to make sure I stop mispronouncing his name. So I've been pronouncing it Pelika and then Pelika, but it's actually Pelika. The enunciation is on the L. Just like Pelican. Pelika the Pelican. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of things over here. Okay. Flipping now over to the NHL. And starting the third period is the Kings and Panthers. With under a minute to go to their second periods are both the Jets at the Blues and the Canes at the Predators. The Canes had a whopping 19 shots on goal in that first period. They are pacing to 57 shots. I feel bad for that Nashville goalie, man, if he has to actually face 57 shots. But hey, he stopped 18 of 19 in the first period. That's not bad. That's not bad. You figure that's just under 950. That is just under 950. If my mental math serves me right. So hey, not bad. Not bad for them at all. All right. Go ahead and see. Do we have a goalie update on the game later tonight? Let's see. Over to Daily Faceoff. Give it a little reload. And still no confirmed goalie on that. 1 hour to puck drop. I love it when teams do that. Because then I can't actually prepare myself for what goalie I'm going to be seeing. They're probably going to confirm it at like 9:57. So here we go. 3:08 to play in the second period. The Mammoth nursing a 2-0 lead over Detroit. Looking absolutely dominant this period, getting 2 goals. Looking at Peterka, who's been mic'd up. Here we go. Neutral zone face-off right in front of the Mammoth bench. And the Mammoth are going to win the draw. Over to the near side, looking there for Schmidt. Wing to the far side of the offensive end. It's so weird watching a hockey game with no audio because they were playing the JJ Peterka mic'd up. But here we go. A chance. Utah still trying to maintain possession. Battling into the near corner. And it looks like in the neutral zone, the Red Wings are battling for it and going to come away with it here off the stick of Casper. Into the offensive end. Going back in behind Vejmelka. Over to the far corner. Tie up for that puck. Going to be maintained by Detroit with a chance. A shot. Not going to go. Not a quality shot. And now the Mammoth clearing it out the other way off the stick of Carcone. Back in behind over to the near side. With that possession now is going to be Soderblom. Working his way through neutral ice to the offensive end. Battling for possession. A Mammoth goes down along the boards. And working with possession is going to be Keller. And we got a penalty on Detroit. 2 minutes for tripping. The fans don't like it, but that was a trip, man. Let's see. How many games by the most recent goalie had in a row? Let's see. What do you mean, the most recent goalie? Oh. Yeah, let me go ahead and take a look at that game. We'll take a look at that at the second intermission. But Detroit is getting penalized, so going on the power play is going to be Utah yet again. So here we go. Elmer Soderblom gets 2 minutes for tripping. And here we go. The second chance for Utah on the power play. And here we go. Offensive zone draw for Utah. Gonna get cleared out of that is going to be, I believe, Keller getting, or Schmaltz. It might be Schmaltz getting kicked out of that. Yep, it's Schmaltz. Face-off goes way sky high into Detroit's defensive side of that draw. Over to the near side, maintaining possession is going to be number 8, Schmaltz. Back over to Sergachev, back to Schmaltz. Ball's looking for somewhere he can go. Passing down low along the far boards. And over to the far corner, sending up to Sergachev to the near side. Shot! Not going to go. Gets deflected there off the stick of Bernard Docker. Over to the near side, battling for possession. Detroit trying to clear the zone. Sergachev passing down low into the corner. Battling into that corner against Sherratt. Over to the near side. Mammoth trying to maintain possession, but Detroit has a chance. Dylan Larkin, shorthanded, 1-on-2 into the zone. Trying to find someone to pass it to in front. A chance. Not going to go. Taken away by the Mammoth. Oh, man. Are there Liberians present? Telling fans, shh. I don't know, man. I don't know. But a big tie up along that corner. A big hit delivered by Detroit. With a minute to go on this Utah power play. Battling in a tie up in that corner. Cleared out by the Red Wings. All the way back in behind Vamelka. Looking for some help. And a bit of a tie up there. Going to be taken by number 37, JT Comfer of the Red Wings. But after a hit, the Mammoth come away with it. 48 seconds to go. And over into the offensive end they go. Looking in. A chance for the Mammoth. Battling down low. Loose puck taken by Detroit. And here we go. Into the offensive end. A breakaway opportunity potentially. Not going to go. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That was a big hit along the boards. He's in pain. Jersey is down in pain after that. That could be a penalty shot. Or not a penalty shot, but that could be a penalty right there on Detroit. Oh my gosh. Look at that replay, man. That's a nasty play. Both players trying to go for it. That's going to be 2 minutes for tripping for number 53. Cross-check. Oh, no, it's a cross-check, not a trip. He cross-checked him right in the back and sends Jersey right on into the boards. Oh, that's got to hurt. Man. Yeah, right there. He cross-checked his lower back, almost cross-checked his booty, and he did not feel good going into the boards on that one. Wow. The Moritz Sider gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Gonna have a little bit of 5-on-3 here. Jersey over to the bench. Hopefully it's just the the wind getting knocked out of him. Because again, I've hit the boards before. I had my booty slam into the boards. They don't feel good whenever you're slamming into high speeds. But overall, not the end of the world. I have no clue where that clip just went. So here we go. Mammoth win the draw. Sergachev looking for somewhere to go with that puck. 38 seconds remain in the period. 23 seconds on the 5-on-3. Sergachev pass. Back over to the far side. It's going to be over from Keller to the outside to Schmaltz. Not going to go. Loose puck going to be cleared all the way out. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Vamelka going to leave it there for Sergachev. Sergachev working his way up. Passing over to the far side boards. And a chance. 16 remain in the period. We're down to a regular power play here now. Sergachev's shot not going to go. And a chance now going the other way. Going to be cleared out there. That was off a Larkin stick. And going to be maintained by Utah. Into the offensive end. Looking for some help. Trying to get a shot off. Passing in front. Shot. Not going to go. Loose puck. And the second period comes to a close on that shot. So there we go. Let's go ahead and update this to E2. Oh, man. Let me see. E2. 4.2 seconds. Live action difference in my neck of the woods. Just by chance found your channel. Kudos on the play-by-play. Well, thank you. Thank you, Borg Simpson, man. Thank you. Always appreciate it. I try to do as much as I can. I know my TV's a little bit behind the live action. That's why a lot of times you'll see the scoreboard below here update before I actually call the goal. That's a common trend around this channel. You'll see I'm calling a play, and all of a sudden the scoreboard says like 1-0 Utah, and I'm like, here we go. Zip the score, a chance into the offensive end, he scores. Okay, that's where that clip went. There we go. But yeah, so here we are at the end of the first. Let's see. I will send a chess link. Oh, man. I don't know if I want to do chess right now, man. We're chilling at the intermission. Chilling at the intermission. I want to take a look at a couple of other things. I want to see if we can deduce the goalie for the Devils tonight, because the Devils aren't telling us who they're starting in net. And quite honestly, it is ticking me off a little bit. It ticks me off when teams do that. But the Panthers getting on the board. 3-1 is the current score. Sam Bennett on a goal, assisted by Brad Marchand, his second assist of the night, to go up 3-1 over the Kings with 15-12 to go in the third. All right. Okay, I mentioned my comment and my name. I'm subscribing. Well, thank you. Thank you, Borg Simpson, man. I appreciate it. I try to make everyone here feel valuable, man. Especially while the channel is small. If the channel ever blows up, I'll still do my best while the channel, if the channel blows up. But, I tried to do my best, especially, like, I had a video that blew up, and I tried to respond to just about every comment I could, man. That's something I really pride myself. I don't take the community for granted, man. I know you got to work for it. I know it's something that you gotta build. So, I pride myself on being able to interact with pretty much everyone in the community when I can. So, absolutely. Absolutely. And the Kings! Kevin Fiala makes it a game 3-2 with 15:02 to go in the third. We'll be keeping an eye on that game pretty closely here as they wrap up in the third period while we're at our second intermission. But briefly going through our stats rundown after two. Shots on goal in the second period, 12 for Detroit, 9 for the Mammoth. Total shots on goal then is 23-17. In the faceoff circle, just about dead even. 16 faceoffs won for Utah, 17 for Detroit. The Mammoth are 0 for 2 on the power play. The Red Wings 0 for 3. But both teams now having served 6 minutes each. Hits are pretty close, 11-8 favoring the Mammoth, 10 block shots for Utah to 9 for Detroit, 6 giveaways by Utah, 8 for Detroit, and 3 takeaways apiece. Again, this is the first of 2 matchups between these two teams. The next matchup will be in Utah on February 4th, just before the break. All right, if you guys want, we can go through shots on goal, but I don't want to go through it if people don't want to hear through it. You know, I'll take you guys into account. I want to see what you guys want to hear. But yeah, that is kind of how we sit here at the end of 2 in this game. Go ahead and take a look at a couple of other things as well. I like to take a look at the back end. But yeah, we try to go live for hockey a few times a week, man. John likes the stats. If we get enough people wanting the stats, I'll go through them. Also, taking a look real quick before we go through stats. Our poll in the chat. 34, is that 34? No, that's 54. Holy jeez, 54 people have voted in that poll. Huge shout out to Allians, man, honestly. Huge shout out to all 54ians who have clicked on that throughout the night. I love having those polls, seeing what people think. We are splitting 74% for the Red Wings, 26% for the Mammoth. That's actually been slowly increasing for the Mammoth. I've been paying attention. At one point, it was like 80-20 or 85-15 or something like that. So we're building a bit more faith in the Mammoth here. I think the 2-0 lead helps that out. I think it helps out a fair bit. But yeah, as we are rolling here. Also, huge shout out again to Allians. We've gained a couple more subscribers we picked up throughout the last few minutes. So, huge shout out to Allians. Y'all are awesome dudes. Or dudettes. You guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate Allians, honestly. I've been doing this thing on YouTube for about 11 years off and on across multiple channels. And I've never really built a community before. So, now that a community is starting to form, I'm doing everything I can to help interact with every single one-ians. Because I know this ain't a granted. This ain't a given. So I greatly appreciate every single one-ians. I really do. I'd be down here even if no one's here, but it's you guys that help make it all the better. So I mean, honestly. If I could give each Ians a hug, I would. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let me get some more Sprite Cranberry. And it's Diet Coke time. Let's see. You said you think you voted Red Wings, John. All right. Let's go ahead real quick. Since John did want to hear it, let's go through our stats for this game. A virtual hug. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's go ahead, though, real quick and go through our stats on this game real quick, if we don't mind. Quick update. The Hurricanes going on a power play with 14:40 to go in the second. Oh, my gosh. 24 shots on goal to 7. Brother, how is Carolina only up by 1? I swear. Nashville has the GOAT in net. Who's the GOAT right now? Who's in net for... You say it's Soros. You say Soros, the GOAT confirmed. Oh my gosh, he's having an incredible night stopping the onslaught. And he's getting it too. Keep in mind, they've only played about 25 minutes of hockey. And you're talking 24 shots faced. In 1 goal. But going through our stats on this one, our shots on goal. So, shots on goal for this game for the Red Wings. Their 23 are broken down as follows. 3 shots on goal for number 18, Andrew Kopp. 3 shots on goal for number 21, James Van Riemsdyk. 2 shots on goal for number 27, Michael Rasmussen. 2 shots on goal for number 58, Emmett Finney. 2 shots on goal for number 71, Dylan Larkin. 3 shots on goal for number 92, Marco Casper. 2 shots on goal for number 93, Alex DeBrincat. 1 shot on goal for number 8, Ben Sherratt. 2 shots on goal for number 44, Axel Sandin Pelika. I gotta get used to that. Okay. And 3 shots on goal for number 53, Moritz Seider. Going through the Utah Mammoth shots on goal, they break down as follows. 2 shots on goal for number 8, Nick Schmaltz. 2 shots on goal for number 9, Clayton Keller. 1 shot on goal for number 11, Dylan Gunther. 2 shots on goal for number 19, Daniel Boot. 1 shot on goal for number 22, Jack McBain. 1 shot on goal for number 38, Liam O'Brien. 1 shot on goal for number 56, Kaylor Yamamoto. 1 shot on goal for number 77, JJ Peterka. 1 shot on goal for number 28, Ian Cole. 4 shots on goal for number 50, Sean Dursey. Hopefully he's all right after that cross-checking. And 1 shot on goal for number 57, Nick DeSimone. Also diving into our 2 goals and our penalties. In the second period, Clayton Keller getting a goal at 1:44 into the period on a wrister to go up 1-0. You got Nick Schmaltz and JJ Peterka on the assists. And then at 14:17 into the period on a wrister to make it 2-0 Utah, Jack McBain gets a goal assisted by number 53, Michael Carcone, and number 50, Sean Dursey. The penalties in this game as well, they ramped up a lot in the second period. At 6:35 into the period, Simon Edvinsson gets 2 minutes for hooking. At 9:19 into the period, Clayton Keller gets 2 minutes for interference. At 11:55 into the period, Barrett Hayton gets 2 minutes for high sticking. At 17:45, Elmer Soderblom gets 2 minutes for tripping. And at 19:15, Moritz Seider gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Those are your penalties, your assists, and your goals thus far. And we don't have any other goal updates from around the rest of the NHL. We still have about 7 minutes to go until the next period. So let's go ahead and break down Carolina's goalie situation and see if, not Carolina, New Jersey's goalie situation, and see if we can find out who they're going to start tonight. We go ahead and open up Allen and Markstrom. They've both played the same number of games. They have both played 16 games apiece. So, go ahead and take a look. Jake Allen played on the 13th, the 11th, and the 6th. And Markstrom played on the 14th, the 11th, and the 9th. They both played on the 11th. But it was, I believe, Markstrom that got the start. So it really could go either way. If they were flipping games back and forth, then in theory, it would be in net tonight, I believe. That would be Jake Allen. But I could be wrong. But real quick, before we get to the next period, I am going to run and use the bathroom. So I'll be right back in a couple minutes. All right, I am back. But yeah, the Devils are a real head case tonight. We don't know who's going to be starting in net, and the Devils won't freaking confirm who's starting in net. But that's besides the point. Let's get it reload. Do we have any update? Please tell me we do. Please tell me we know who's starting for New Jersey tonight. Please tell me they're not going to wait till the last minute. Please, you're not that crazy. Yeah, they are that crazy. Still no confirmed goalie for New Jersey. That's fun. But we're keeping an eye on the scoreboard across the entire NHL tonight. A small little baby 5-game slate tonight, but hey, any slate is a good slate to me. Under 10 to play in Florida with a 3-2 lead for the Panthers over the Kings. The Jets and Blues still scoreless basically through half the game. But you know what? Let's go ahead and go through each team's percentages to win according to Money Puck at this point in the game. So, with 9:57 to go in the third period and a 3-2 lead over the Kings, they are giving the Florida Panthers an 82.35% chance of winning. In this game, the Utah Mammoth, at the end of 2, they are giving the Mammoth a 91.29% chance to win with a 2-0 lead. Looking at the Jets and Blues, that is getting closer to a 50-50. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll get you in a second here, LPK, or LKP. I'll get you in a second. Let me just go through the rest of these, and then we'll explain the power play. So it is 53-48 for the Jets and 46-52 for the Blues. And with a 1-0 lead, 10:49 to go in the second, they are giving the Carolina Hurricanes a 71.79% chance of victory over the Predators. Going into the game tonight for the Devils and the Knights, they are giving the Knights a 61.2% chance of victory. All right, no other score updates. Okay, so basically a power play is what happens when a team commits a penalty. They could have a 5-on-3 power play, which is a 2-man advantage. Most power plays are your common 1-man advantage. And sometimes you'll have a 5-minute power play or a 4-minute if they issue a double minor. But basically what it is, a team commits a penalty. Let's say, for instance, on the Mammoth, I don't know, let's say JJ Peterka absolutely cross-checks a dude into oblivion, slams him into the boards as a result. He's going to get a penalty. You can't do that in hockey. You can't cross-check someone that aggressively and send them into the boards. So because of that, you're going to get penalized. So what they do is they send you to the penalty box. Also known as the thin bin. I call it the thin bin a lot, but technically its legal name, its government official name, is the penalty box. So that would create a power play, which is basically when you have a 1-man advantage. So when you're penalized, your team has to play without a 5th player. So if it's 5-on-5, you go down to 5-on-4. So you have 4, your opponent has 5, and they are having the man advantage. Now, the nice thing, when you're on shorthanded, you can send that puck all the way down the ice and commit blatant icing, because there's no icing if you're shorthanded. Yeah, so yeah, you're down a man, but you also don't need to worry about icing because they don't call icing on shorthanded teams. So you're going to be shorthanded for whether it be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, a double minor would be 4 minutes if they say a penalty is flagrant. Let's say, JJ Peterka slams him super aggressive. Like he throws about, 70% of his force into that hit. He goes face first into the ice. They're probably going to give you a double minor. And if you slam him super aggressively with all your strength and then some into the boards on a cross check, you're going to probably get a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. For case in point, look no further than Mikko Rantanen in his 1-week strand with 2 5-minute major penalties. Let's see, can a goalie be put in the penalty box? No, they cannot. But if a goalie commits a major penalty, like a flagrant violation, a very aggressive violation, they can be hit with a game misconduct. And if you're hit with a game misconduct, you cannot play. So you get essentially ejected from the game for a game misconduct. But if a goalie, so technically you can put a goalie in the sin bin if you want. But usually the NHL says that, the player has to serve the penalty. But if a goalie commits it, they do allow the team to send a bench player. Like, a backup player, he can go and serve that penalty. If the team so chooses, which obviously with your goal, you're not going to send your backup goalie in with no practice unless you absolutely have, or no warm-up, I should say, unless you absolutely have to. So, that being said, usually it's another player serving that penalty. But anyway, if you're on the power play and you get a goal, that power play ends. If it's a minor, that penalty expires as soon as you get a goal. So you have 2 minutes to score a goal with the man advantage, right? So whoever has the power play has the man advantage, and you have 2 minutes to score a penalty or to score a goal. If you score within that 2 minutes, the power play ends. Both teams go back to full strength. If you don't score, then the team will come back to full strength at 5 minutes. If you're serving a double minor, or if it's a 5-on-3 power play, if it's a 5-on-3, one player gets released when a goal is scored. One player stays in the bin. The player who is in the shortest or the longest gets released. Players in the shortest gets stayed in the box. And then if it's a double minor and you score, let's say, a minute into your double minor, then it goes from a double minor down to a single minor. So you're still going to have 2 minutes on the power play while your other player or while the player is still in the thin bin. 5-minute majors, you can just score as many goals as you like. So those are kind of your different types of power plays. If we hit any other power plays, we can definitely explain them as we go. But absolutely, LKP. Absolutely, man. I try to help as much as I can. As much as I can. So, we are getting ready here for the third period, actually, momentarily. Go ahead real quick and see if we have any scoring updates. And we do not. The Kings and Panthers down to 7.5 to play in the third period. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you, LKP. I appreciate it, man. So we're getting ready here for the third period of action here in Detroit. And Utah's going to start this with a little bit of residual power play. So we'll see. We'll see if they can do anything with it. Let me see. They are going to have about a minute 14, a minute 13 thereabout, or a minute 15 of power play, just about. So we'll see if they can do anything with it here. So here we go. At the start of the third, we're back here in Detroit, going back into the arena, taking a look at some of the highlights from that second period of play, where Utah did get 2 goals and establish a 2-goal lead. All right, let's go ahead and take a look of them here. We also do have a Discord server if anyone does feel so inclined to join. Link is over in the pinned comment. I don't push it too much, but I do mention it from time to time. So, you know, if you want to join it, you're more than welcome to. I just say if you do, make sure you go to the rules channel, click the green check mark, and here we go. Third period of action beginning with the Mammoth winning the draw, still on the power play. Working over, Jersey back on the ice again, which is good to see. Working into the offensive end of the near side, battling behind the net. Puck goes loose to the near side, maintained by Jersey at the top of the zone. Sending it around, looking for somewhere to go, goes down low. Going up to the top of the zone again for Jersey. Back over to the near side. That's going to go over to number 53, Carcone. Shot, not going to go. Goes over to the far side, and Dylan Larkin going to try and clear the zone. Maintained by the Mammoth, but Larkin able to take it back out. 37 seconds remain on that power play. They're going to take a little bit more time and burn it. And it goes back in behind Pamelka. So here we go. Over to the far side. Back over to the near that puck goes. Jersey, I believe it is. Yes, it is. Jersey working with that puck. Passing back. Looking there for number 9, Clayton Keller. Over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz to the offensive end. Looking for somewhere to go. Passes across. Loose puck taken over to the far side. Maintained now down low. Back over to the near side. 10 seconds left on the power play. A chance over to the near side again. Schmaltz down low. Back to Schmaltz. Shot goes wide left. And that is how that power play is going to end for the Mammoth. 0 for 3, I believe it is going to be on the power plays now for them tonight. And the Mammoth with Schmidt with the puck behind his own net. Taking it the far side, up through center ice, and going to be carefully maintained by Utah. Sending it back in behind Cam Talbot. Over to the far side it goes. And working up through the neutral zone go the Red Wings. Looking to send it in. A shot goes wide in front of the net to the near side. Puck going to be going loose. And going all the way back in behind Cam Talbot, who's going to send it over to the far side boards. Back around to the near again. And clearing out of that zone. But Utah going to get possession right back. And moving into the offensive end to tie up for that puck. And it's going to be Sandine Pellica going to send it to the far side. And we have an icing on Detroit. 17:54 to go in the third in regulation here. Taking a look real quick as John did show a goal. Go ahead and get a little goal update. And it's the St. Louis Mother-Loving Blues, baby. Justin Falk with a goal assisted by Thomas to take a 1-0 lead over the Jets. There you go. That one's for John. That goal's for John right there, baby. Let's go. All right, so here we go. 17:54 to go in the third. Face-off going to be in Detroit's defensive end. That is going to be Hayton taking it against Kopp. Going to win it is Hayton in the offensive end for Utah. Back over, down low, working around to the near side. Back again to the far for Utah is going to be Gunther. Going to the top of the zone. Backing around along the far side boards, working them boards. A chance shot, not going to go. And Talbot able to freeze that puck. Double good for yes, sir. Yes, sir. Falk with the fantasy points. Let's go. Let's go, John. Oh, man, they're playing oh, my gosh, I know that song. Not the, is it the Root Sandstorm? No, it's not the Root Sandstorm. Well, I know it. So 17.5 to go here in regulation. 17:37, 23 shots on goal for the Red Wings. For no goals, 2 goals for the Utah Mammoth on 18 shots on goal. And a face-off here going to be taken between number 37, Comfer, and it's going to be number 53 for Utah, Carcone. As number 22, McBain, got booted. Going to be won by Carcone. Over to the far side, back over to the near on a loose shot. Trying to be maintained by the Mammoth. A bit of a collision there, right near the blue line, and goes out into the neutral zone. The Mammoth going to take it into the offensive end now, going back to the near side as the shot goes wide left. How's it going, Jonah? How you doing, man? The Red Wings battling out to the far side and going to take it out of the zone successfully there off the stick of Rasmussen. But taken away by Utah to the near side, a chance. Shot, not going to go. A nice glove effort there. But is it going to be a tripping? Mammoth going back on the power play. So JT Comfort just tripped up, he tripped up number 22, I believe it was, Jack McBain. Oh, no, he didn't trip up McBain. He actually tripped up someone else. Yeah, but anyway, JT Comfort, here's a perfect example. JT Comfort tripped up a guy. You can't do that. He goes to the sin bin. Utah has the extra attacker, as Detroit has to play with 4. So here we go. Offensive zone draw for the Mammoth with 17:06 to go in regulation. Face-off going to be won by Detroit, sending it around to the far side. 2 shots on the last 3 power plays for Utah tonight. And a big tie-up in that far side. Back on around, still now behind the net. To the far side, the puck goes. And it's going to clear out of the zone. Chasing down is Sergachev. Exactly, John. So here we go. Into the offensive end now to the near side. Passing in front of the net. Back again to Gunther. Over to Peterka. Peterka down low. Back to Peterka. Back again. Clayton Keller to the top of the zone. Going to be maintained by Sergachev. Back to Keller. Shot. Not going to go. Goes off the body of his teammate of Gunther. Over to the near side. Sending it back around to the far side boards. Getting it is going to be Gunther. Back to Sergachev. Sending it over to the near side. With a chance passing in front of the net. Can't get a clean shot. Keller over wing to wing. Going to be intercepted and taken out by Detroit. Here comes your foot race. They're going to slow it down and just launch it right on into the glass. Back in the far corner. So there we go. Working with that puck, going to be Sergachev. A minute to go on that power play here for Utah. No shots this power play for them. Maybe 1. But not a lot. They're not creating an offensive opportunity on this power play. So here we go. Moving to the offensive end they go. Looking for a chance. Utah losing possession. And going to be cleared out the other side by Sider. Going all the way back in behind Vamelka with 40 to go on that power play. Working now is going to be, that's number 50, Dersey. Flipping into the offensive end, going back around to the far corner. A bit of a tie-up for that puck. 30 seconds left on that power play. Right behind Talbot, the puck gets pinned over to the far side, maintained to the top of the zone. Passing to the near shot. Not going to go by Carcone. Over to the far side. Still maintaining possession back to Dersey. Dersey over to the far side again. Looking for a way to shooting lane. Taking it in. Not going to go, and it goes out of play. 11 seconds to go here on that Utah power play. But they're in danger of going 0-4 tonight. Which, oh my word. Detroit's power play has been hot as of late. I think now it's going to be over 15 power plays they have effectively killed. Wow. But here we go. 15-17 to go here in the third. 11 seconds left on the power play. Faceoff going to be won by Detroit in the defensive end. Flipping it out all the way. 6-5 goes back in behind Vamelka, and this is how that power play will come to a close. 2-1. Power play's over. Working along the far side boards. Both teams back to full strength as Comfort comes out of the box. Over to the near side. Puck goes loose and going to be maintained here by Detroit. Over on the far side from Kopp. Goes into the offensive end, goes back in behind. Only 2 shots on the 4 power plays combined for Utah. Not a good look. Going to be intercepted there by Detroit in the neutral zone by Johansson to the offensive end. But in a parade of white, going to be taken away by the Mammoth and Jersey with the puck over to the near side. Goes off of O'Brien into the corner. Battling for possession now. A bit of a tie-up as bodies collide and bodies fall to the ice. Going to be taken away by the Mammoth. Going down low. Still looking for some help. Jersey center out front and going to be taken right back there by Lucas Raymond. Raymond now wing to wing through the neutral zone they go. Working into the offensive end going to be Sherratt. The Mammoth are 9-1-1 when leading in the third, or when leading entering the third period. So we'll see if they can improve to 10-1-1. But Yamamoto going to send it in and a battle for the puck. A bit of a tie up here on the near side boards. And for possession, puck comes loose and goes back into the neutral zone they go. Over to the far side. Going to send it into the offensive end. Back in behind Talbot. Going to send it out there for the Red Wings. And a bit of a tie-up there for that puck. Going to be taken by Utah. Back into the far corner they go. And that is going to be, I believe, that's going to be number 77, Edvinsson. Leaving it back there for his teammate. Back over to Edvinsson. Edvinsson taking it back. Wing to wing again. Over to the far side. Well, 13.5 to play here in the third. Back in behind Vamelka. Puck goes loose to the near side. Racing forward is Soderblom, going to be taken back by the Mammoth. Over to the near side, racing up there is going to be number 19, Daniel Boots. Towards the offensive end, towards the corner, over to the far side. Battling for possession, taken away by Van Riemsdyk. Into the offensive end. And going to flip it in, battle for that puck. Back in behind, a big hit delivered by Van Riemsdyk, I believe it was. And a chance, a shot, not going to go. Sergachev was not real happy about that shot he took there from Van Riemsdyk. And a wing-to-wing pass they go. Up to the near side to the offensive end. Intercepted, taken away there by the Red Wings. A chance. Van Riemsdyk shot. Not going to go. Loose puck to the far side and clears the zone. Waiting for it is Bernard Docker for the Red Wings. Over to the near side. Back again behind the net. That puck going to go to Bernard Docker. Looking for someone to take it up now. Trying to find some help. 12.5 to play. And that's going to go to Dylan Larkin to the offensive end. A chance. Not even going to get it to the net when he shoots it. And working with that puck along the far side boards to the top of the zone. Shot by Sandin Pellikka. Not going to go. To the far side. The Mammoth trying to maintain possession. But a bit of a tie-up behind that net. Over to the near side the puck goes. Going to clear it out of the zone. They do. The Red Wings have to regroup. Working with that puck. Detroit trying to send it in. Over to the near side. Going to flip it into the zone. And there's an injured player. There's an injured Red Wing. They should stop. They're not going to stop play. The fan's not happy about it, but there was an injured player there. I believe that was number 58, Emmett Finney, was hurt. And he's going to the bench. Now he's making a bit of a play there, but he's working his way towards the bench, I believe. Over to the far side, and another retaliatory hit. It seems, a lot of physicality here, and now we finally get a whistle at 11:48 to go. And let's see, it looks like it's going to be Lawson Krause going to the net, or going to the bin. Wow. Taking a look at that, what could have been that injury there. Looked like he was able to get up and stay actually on the ice. I was mistaken on that. Emmett Finney able to maintain on the ice. But yeah. The Red Wings getting ready to go back on the power play for their 4th of the night. Red Wings still can win a row. I would say they definitely can. With this power play, this could be what changes the momentum of this game, because Detroit's now going on the power play, and if they get a single goal here, that could be a difference maker. One goal can create a big momentum swing. So yeah, there's, less than 12 minutes to play, but at the same time, one goal makes all the difference. So I would say the Red Wings definitely still have a shot in this one, especially if they can be the first team tonight to convert on a power play. Taking a look around the rest of the NHL. Okay, 3 times bet on the other team. Oh, man. Well, I hope the Mammoth win. Personally, I hope the Mammoth win. But Detroit still has a shot. It's a 2-goal lead. Exactly. A 2-goal lead is the smallest lead in hockey because a 1-goal lead can disappear like that. So looking around the rest of the NHL, no other score updates, but the Kings not yet pulling their goalie down by 1. What are you doing? They haven't had a chance to pull the goalie. The Kings. I guess the puck is just staying in their defensive end because they're down 3-2 with 38 seconds to go. Either the Kings have been just getting absolutely pressured to hell and back defensively, or the head coach just lost his last brain cell. One of the two. But that game is probably going to end at a final score of 3-2 Panthers. Taking a look at crowds in the sin bin here as we are ready to go for this Detroit power play. This could be the tide that the Red Wings need to win this game and to pull it out. Let's see, 92% win odds on the Mammoth. The Mammoth do have a better chance because, again, a 2-goal lead is a fairly decent lead. The smallest lead, but it still is a decent lead. But here we go. Puck going to get cleared immediately. Working behind is going to be number 53, Sider. Giving it back down low over to the near side. Going to go for the Red Wings. That's going to be Larkin. To the offensive end of the near side. Looking for somewhere to go to the top of the zone. Back over to Sider. Back again along the boards. Over to the far side. Back to Sider. Shot! Not going to go. Over to the far side. Maintaining possession. Back in over to the near side. Looking there. Going to be kept in by DeBrincat. Over to the far side. Shot! Loose puck to the near side. And DeBrincat with the puck. Sending it up to the top of the zone to Sider. Sider back to DeBrincat. Back to Sider. Shot. Not going to go. Not going to make it to the net. Battle for that puck. And the Mammoth are going to clear the zone. 1:14 to go here on the power play. Just under 11 to play in the third. 25 shots on goal for the Red Wings. 19 for the Mammoth. With the Mammoth nursing a 2-0 lead. Into the offensive end they go. The Red Wings now powered by Sider to the near side. Collisions occurring in the zone. Puck gets cleared all the way out. Racing back there, and that is going to be Talbot leaving it there for Sandin Pellikka. Over to the far side they go, working up through the neutral zone. And into the offensive end with some speed, trying to get some up-tempo. 44 to go on the power play. Down low, sent it along the far side boards. Taken by the Mammoth, and they're going to clear that zone with 37 seconds to go. And that is going to be sent over to Sandin Pellikka by Cam Talbot. Over on the far side boards, they're going up through neutral ice to the offensive end. Battling now to the near side, backing behind the net. A bit of a tie-up for that puck. Looking for somewhere to go. Right there behind Vejmelka. Bodies colliding, maintained by the Red Wings for now. Chance in front shot. He scores! Emmett Binney! On the goal to make it 2-1. On the power play. Going to take that power play away. But the Red Wings making a 1-goal game. What a beautiful goal. Big puck tie-up behind the net. Able to send it out, find Finney. Who sent it out there? So let's see. Kopp might get an assist. It looks like it's going to be number 43. That's going to be John Leonard getting an assist. Yeah, Leonard getting an assist, and maybe an assist there for number 29, Nate Danielson. We'll see who gets credited with that secondary assist. But we have a game here, folks. We have a game after that Finney goal. 10:05 to go. Well, let's see. Oh, are they talking a challenge? They're talking maybe there was a hand pass. That's the big question. Was there a hand pass? If there's a hand pass that led to this goal, they're looking at it. I don't know if it's a challenge or if it's a video review. But if there's a hand pass in there, that goal's not going to count. They deemed it a hand pass. No, never mind. They haven't deemed it yet. I saw that automatically update that Red Wings scoreboard. I saw that update to 1-0. But we'll see. It's very close. It's very close. It's not really looking very conclusive. Let's take a look from here. I don't think it touched his hand, but it's very close. Let's see. It deflected. No, I don't think it did. It hit the stick. It hit the stick there. I think it hit the stick of the Utah player. Let's see. I think it hit the stick of the Utah player. So Utah's taking a challenge on this. It looks like if it's a timeout, Utah. Or no, never mind. Just the regular Utah timeout. I guess they're wanting to take more of a look at this. We'll see. No challenge. Okay. So they're not going to challenge it. That goal is going to stand. Utah just taking that timeout. So here we go. Center ice face-off. And let's see. 2-1 game here. Take more time. Exactly. That was what it was. They took the timeout to decide if they wanted to challenge. And I'm sure they got that sideways angle right behind the net laterally. That showed it clearly hit the stick of the Mammoth player. And here we go. After trailing 2+ goals last season, 4 wins. This season, 3 wins so far. Do they have their 4th win? Let's see. The face puck going back in behind the net of the Utah zone. Battling for it there aggressively at Soderblom, alongside a couple of other Utah players. Schmidt and Marino in there. In there as well is going to be number 37, JT Compher. And a big tie-up. Puck goes loose to the near side. Clayton Keller trying to get possession now. Back in behind the net they go to the near side, sending it loose, and the puck is going to get deflected, but maintained by the Red Wings. A shot, not going to go. Over to the near side. Let's see, we got Shada saying, come on, Utah, play some defense. I want to see Utah get this win, man. I want to see Utah get it for sure. So here we go. It definitely was a goal, though. So a shot here for the Red Wings, not going to go. Over to the far side, working with possession is Casper. Big battle for that puck, and a couple bodies go down. Fans wanting a penalty. Fans were in awe about that. I don't know if that was a penalty. That's just fans being fans. And that puck going to get cleared out. Working with it is Sandine Pelika now. Working with that puck, sending it through center ice. And towards the offensive end, going to deflect it in. Gets taken back by Utah. Trying to move it to the offensive end. They will, but they don't really have a lot of control. There's a sea of red right there for it. Big tie-up now in the corner. This is the best-case scenario for Utah. Tie-up in the corner. Sends over to the top of the zone. Looking for somewhere to go to the near side. Finds Stacey Moan. Shot not going to go. Wide of the net. Around the far side. Looking for somewhere again. Battling to the top of that zone. Now to the near side. Shot! Not going to go. And the Red Wings with possession now to the near side. And a chance. Going to go back in behind as the Red Wings ice that puck. So, Shada, we got to hope that if there's another goal, it is a Utah goal, because otherwise it's going to be the over 4.5. So let's hope for no goals or a Utah goal. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, man. Huge shout out. We had, I think it was like 5 awesome, wonderful, amazing people sub to this channel tonight. I'd love to make you one of those awesome people. But here we go. Back in behind the net to the near side. The Red Wings with possession out of the defensive zone. Sending it through center ice towards the offensive zone they go. Gonna go back in behind the net. Working with that puck is gonna be Liam O'Brien. Now through the center ice, gonna dump it into the offensive zone. Back over to the near side. Tie up for that puck. Maintained by the Mammoth for the time being. But gonna be sent out by DeBrincat. A couple of collisions, and the Red Wings come away with it. Over to the near side, flipping into the offensive zone. Taken by the Mammoth. Don't know why I stumbled on that, but over to the far side. Back to the near. Up through center ice to the offensive zone they go. Goes back in behind the net of Talbot. And it's going to be sent around by Harmonic, I think it was. I don't remember writing him down tonight, but here we go. A chance for the Red Wings towards the offensive zone they go. To the near side. Looking for somewhere to go to DeBrincat. Sending it towards the net. Shot not going to go. Over to the near side, and the Mammoth will maintain possession. 7.5 to play in regulation. The Red Wings down by 1. 27 shots on goal to 20, favoring Detroit. But the Mammoth are going to clear the zone with that 2-1 lead. Moving now to the offensive zone, O'Brien. Looking for some help, passing in front, not going to go. Puck goes loose behind the net, over to the far side. Maintained by the Mammoth, back in behind the net. Looking for somewhere to go, passing in front, not able to get a pass and shoot to O'Brien. Over to the near side, back in behind the net to the outside. Let's see. Puck going to get cleared out of the zone. And we have an offside. A late offside, so it's going to continue play. Going back in behind, that is going to be Edvinson with the puck. Working through the defensive end to the near side. Trying to get to the offensive end, and going to be taken back by the Mammoth to clear the zone. Taken back now in the defensive end there for Detroit. Off the tick there, I believe, of Comfer. Over to the near side. And going to be sent in behind the net, over to the near side for the Mammoth. Trying to clear that zone, but the Detroit Red Wings with a lot of pressure. Trying to maintain in the offensive zone. Passing wing to wing in the offensive end at the top. Back in, down low, puck goes, going to be trying to maintain by Marino. A chance in front for the Red Wings, not going to go. Over to the near side, looking for somewhere to go, Van Riemsdyk. Sending it back down towards the net, goes off some bodies, not even to the net. And the Mammoth are going to get possession. And a chance taken away by Detroit, not going to go on that shot. Over to the near side, bodies collide along the boards. And the Mammoth are going to flip it into the offensive zone. Taken back there for Detroit by Johansson. Back in, down low, looking for somewhere to go. And towards the offensive end, the Red Wings will go. There goes Jersey now with the puck. Going to clear it out of that defensive end. Going to be taken there now by Utah and the defensive end by Krause. Through that zone successfully, and it's going to be a Utah icing. Well, that's unfortunate, Petsko. Unfortunately, you know, give it some time, man. Give it some time. Might just be a heat of the moment thing, man. No need to take big action after that, man. Just, you know. And sometimes you just got to take things in stride, you know. Like me, I've been hunting for a full-time position since, you know, June. Since May, actually. And I've been having to roll with the punches, man. So, got to learn to roll with them, you know. So here we go. Face-off going to be won by the Red Wings. That's going to be Sherratt. You get in now to the far side. A chance. What a nice effort there by Pamelka to stop that easy goal. We got Matthews Faber saying, with the Brazilian flags. All right, how's it going, Matthews? How you doing, man? Battling behind the net now. Looking for somewhere to go. The Mammoth going to come away with it. Sending it over to the near side. Let's see if anything. I had Red Wings winning at, oh my gosh. Red Wings at plus, or actually, you're good right now. If this game ends right now, 2-1, Red Wings plus 1.5 covers. So over to the far side, maintaining possession, trying to send it towards the net, not going to go. Back over to the far corner, the Red Wings still with possession. Battling now around the outside, going to get poked away and clears the zone. Chasing down is going to be Sider, going back into his defensive end, looking for some room. So I'd say you're feeling pretty good, Vinny. I'd say you're feeling pretty solid right about now. The Red Wings just got to make something happen. I'm good now, but I always get owned by empty nets. Well, we'll hope for the best. Hopefully Utah doesn't know how to put the puck in an empty net. But here comes a chance shot. Not going to go for Utah. And here come the Red Wings going the other way. I think the best case scenario for this whole chat is this game ends at 2-1. But Krause looking for somewhere to go. Back out to the outside. Over to the near side. It'll be nice. It'll be nice for Wings tie. Absolutely. It'll be nice for that. But a chance in front over to the near side. Battling for possession. I'm just trying to think what's best for the chat. A shot. Loose puck. How is that? Never mind. It's a goal for Utah. A nice effort there by the Red Wings, but a goal is going to be scored by the Mammoth. And on that goal is going to be number 11, Dylan Gunther. Man, a nice effort though. But that is unfortunate timing. But man, that was a nice effort by Sider to stop that goal. But it deflects right off the pad of Talbot, and Gunther able to get an easy goal. Man. That's tough because Sider did a really good effort to try and stop that puck. Man. Hey, Petsko, you know, you just got to learn to roll with it, you know. Just go back, let it go for a couple days, let it go for a day or two, and then message him back, you know. Let's see, Roe saying $3,000. Oh, my gosh, Roe. Oh, man. Was it you that had the under 4.5? Oh, man, Wings had a chance to score, missed. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Utah scores right away. But the Red Wings, a couple of them colliding in the offensive end. And slow to get up in the center ice. Going to be taken by the Mammoth with a chance into the offensive end again. Looking for some help. Clayton Keller. Shot. Not going to go. Goes back in behind over to the near side. Keller with possession. Oh, no. You had ×3 on the Mammoth. Yes, that's what you had. That's what you had. A shot in front. And he scores! Oh, my gosh. Stenlund makes it 4-1. Number 82. Kevin Stenlund making this goal, or making this game 4-1. I am so sorry, Vinny. That might be the nail in the coffin there. Wow. Talbot just having a bit of a rough patch these last couple days. Ouch is right, Edgar. Ouch is right. Sorry, Vinny. The game went from a good game to a blowout like that. Wow. Man. And they just said that should send the fans to the parking lot. Son of a gun. 3.5 to go. LKP saying, wow, yeah, that was just crazy. I think both chats bets are unfortunately over. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Rowe has the 3X. Unfortunately, the one that had the under 4.5 is not sitting pretty well. And Vinny, yeah, NHL is very unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable. The Mammoth wing to wing over to the near side. It is how fast hockey can change, John. We got Taylor saying, go Mammoths. I'd like to see the Mammoth win this. And hey, they're rocking a pretty good game right now. You guys are enjoying the stream as well. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, man. We had, I think it now is 6 wonderful, amazing people awesome dudes and dudettes joining us tonight. So a huge shout out to all 60, and let's see if we can up those numbers just a little bit more. Be pretty cool if we can maybe go for 515 tonight. Don't know if we do, but we also got coverage of the Devils and the Knights right after this. So you never know. But here we go. Under 3 to play. Just under 3 to play. In the defensive end for the Red Wings. Comfer going to take the draw. Going to be lost. And the Mammoth have possession. Jersey. Shot goes right on into the glove of Talbot. Oh, man. So just like that, they're getting ready to go to their next and probably final commercial break, I would imagine, of the game. With about 2:50 to go. Just about. Let me go ahead and get an actual time for you. 2:53. But yeah, the Panthers going final against the Kings, 3-2. The Blues up 1-0 over the Jets. Jets getting ready for the third period now. And the Canes up 1-0 over the Predators with 28 shots on goal in 2 periods. 4:58 to go until that third period starts in Nashville. And again, we do have the 10 p.m. game. Did the Devils finally tell us who's starting in net? Please, New Jersey. Please. Arkansas not doing good tonight. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Minus 2 shots and, yeah, 2 shots, 1 hit for a -0.3. Wow. Finally! New Jersey can name a goalie! They can finally do it! They finally confirmed a goalie at 9:45 for their 10 p.m. nominal puck drop game. It's going to be Jake Allen in net. So let me go ahead and update this real quick. Now that we know who's actually in frickin' net, I'm glad I didn't write Markstrom because I was about ready to say, screw it, I'll write Markstrom and hope for the best. So it's going to be Jake Allen. There's the goal right there. So number 34, Jake Allen. One second here. Jacob Markstrom. Okay. So let's see. I don't know when puck drop is going to be for that game, but we'll see. Yeah, 2 minutes before nominal puck drop. Yeah. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But here we go. 2:53 to play. Face-off going to be won by Detroit in the defensive end. Sent around to the far side. Trying to clear the zone. And it is going to be maintained. But for the moment, Edmonton now has a chance to clear to the near side. Hits up DeBrincat. Looking for somewhere to go. A chance going down low. And going to be cleared out of the zone. The Mammoth getting ready to go the other way with it now. Off of Yamamoto's stick. Back around the far side. Battling for possession there. Going to go off the stick of Stenlund. That Gunther goal was unassisted for the record for the Mammoth. We'll get that Stenlund goal assisted by Keller. Clayton Keller. And into the defensive end, the Mammoth go. 2:15 to play here in regulation. Let's go ahead and see here. Taking it out on the far side. 29 shots on goal for the Red Wings. 26 for the Mammoth. Back into the near side. Battling along the boards. Really, the Mammoth are just trying to burn as much time as they can right about now. They got the game in the bag. Working with that puck is going to be Barrett Hayton. Backing around to the near side. Broken stick there, or a lost stick there for the Devil, or for the, not the Devils, the Red Wings. And towards the offensive end, shot not going to go. Backing around to the far side. And it's going to be taken out of the zone there by number 85, Elmer Soderblom, with a chance. Going to dump it into the offensive zone. 90 seconds to play in this one here. Let me go ahead and see. Puck drop for Devils. Golden Knights. So here we go. 1:21 to go. And we got a stoppage. 1:18 to play. So let's see. Vegas Hockey Now. Puck drop is 7:22 Pacific. Okay, so it's going to be 10:22 puck drop. So we'll have a little bit of time in between to take a little breather, but we will be live for that game as well. The stream is already set up on the channel, so you guys can check it out. Oh, man. But here we go. Face-off going to be won by the Red Wings over to the near side. Going to be cleared out of that zone. And dumping back in behind the net there of what is it? Vimelka. I am really blanking here. Vimelka. Don't know why I was blanking on his name. I've been saying it all night. And puck goes into the offensive end. Under a minute to play here. Over to the near side, battling for possession with Peterka. And it's going to be maintained by the Mammoth. To the far side, the puck goes. To the far side, to the top of the zone. Sending it in. Not going to go. And a chance, the Mammoth just trying to keep it in the zone. And here comes a bit of a chance. Just going to dump it into the offensive zone by the Red Wings. Back in behind the net. And that is going to be number 57, DeSimone, with that puck behind the net. Just burning a little bit more time here. This game is pretty much over as it is right now. Flipping it over to the near side, sending it into the offensive end for the Mammoth. Going back into the near corner. 20 seconds to play. And here we go. Taking it out the other way, the Red Wings going to lose possession briefly, sending it all the way back. 12, 10, 11, 10, and just like that, the Red Wings are content with this. Taking away. Oh, don't get a last-second goal. Thank you. Thank you. 3, 2, 1, and that is game. How's it going, Tromboner? You made it just in time for us to get ready to wrap up this stream. But there is another stream coming on, Tromboner. We will have another stream immediately following this one. We'll be going live about 10:15 or so for the New Jersey Devils taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. So, only about another 13 minutes to wait. So, hey, maybe we'll see you in that stream. All right, we'll see you later, LKP. We'll see you later for sure, man. We got a lot of Red Wings coverage this week. Not so much of the Mammoth as much, but we got some Red Wings coverage this week for sure. We did release the streaming schedule earlier today, so you can check that out on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you go to the channel page, it'll be right there for you. And with that, I am going to wrap up this stream here so that I can go ahead and basically get ready to stream the next game. Take a little vocal rest, a little vocal breather before we get to the Golden Knights and New Jersey Devils. I will actually post a link to that in the chat. Yeah, for now, yes, sir, Edgar. Let me go ahead and send the link to that stream, though, real quick. Let me go over to the YouTube channel. That way, anyone here who wants to go to that stream, all you got to do is just click a link in the chat. Let me go ahead and get that over here real quick. Oh, man. Content. And over to live. Go over to this. Oh, I got to go just actually to the YouTube channel. Do that, I think. Either way, we'll get it up there. There we go. Upcoming live streams. And copy link address. Here is the new stream. Next stream begins at 10:15 p.m. EST. And there we go. That is the link to the stream. So we'll go ahead and hopefully see you guys there in about 11 minutes. So, yeah. With that, I'll catch you guys at the next stream, and I'll see you later. Peace out.